totally got it together. I know. Look at how professional. You got my mother music, which is probably my favorite mother song. I wanted to use it for my wedding, but I think my mom said no because she really hates chiptune with a burning passion, even though that she claims not to, but she does. Hello, Kansas. Hello, Hasio. Hello, Spoon. Hello, Ultra. Dice says right out the music yet? Yeah, Mother Wood. Buying Turbo has been my worst decision ever. 1.5 out of 10 would not suggest. Why is it? I hear that it doesn't work on mobile, right? Hello, Youper. Oh. Totally have my stuff together. I totally know what I'm doing. We got like a bunch of encyclopedia stuff that we could keep, but I'm not sure about that. It doesn't work on mobile, and I got a pre-roll, but I don't even have pre-rolls. Or I shouldn't. I thought I turned them off. Unless it's mobile. Huh? That's weird. That's very strange. Well, typical Twitch doing Twitch things, I guess. It's not mobile now either. Oh yeah. Oh boy. Oh boy. Let me get some water. Ah. Trying to figure out who we're gonna go with for our first route, because I don't think it's until day 6, I think, when we decide who to go with. But honestly, I don't know who we should go with. I don't know if we should go with favorite or least favorite. I don't know. This has to be a LOL tile. There's no way there's an actual wholesome anime monster schoolgirl game. Have you not seen it? We have part 1. It's real. It's actually extremely wholesome, and it's great. So far all the characters have been pretty fun. We got the sports tomboy, we got the super religious shy tsundere, we got the gamer, we got the girly girl cheerleader, and we got the angsty poet. It's been going pretty well so far. As far as visual novels go, it's wholesome. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, aren't like a bunch of visual novels like just straight up corn? So I don't know if that's like the fair comparison to throw it right in there, but the skirts are below the decans, yeah. Or at least I did it with my model. Wait, can I show you guys what my model looks like? Can I actually move that? But then I have to like move it back. Where did I put my model? Let me see. Can I show you guys, or does it cut me off? It might just cut me off. Why are you knocking? Okay, no, they just cut me off. But I did make sure to make my skirt. I did make sure to make it below the knee. And like unironically, I did make sure to do that because it's a thing of mine. I don't feel comfortable otherwise. It's not approved, yeah. Nun or sister, because there's a sister in the game, but they call her a nun. Because there's a difference. Depending on like what they do. If they're more like cloistered nun or more like doing community service. Lies, I refuse to believe it. There's got to be some deprived fan service in it. I could spell the fungin? What's the fungin? But yeah, no, so far it's been extremely wholesome. But yeah, we're on day, what is it, 2? Because first day we beat up a racist, kind of, or kind of evenly matched with the racist, and then we met people. Or is this day 3? Because maybe because he got to school. We're on like day 3, I think. Fungin the ringworm cream. What? That's a thing? Oh. Next day, fun dungeon. What's a fun dungeon? Oh, we have 90 seconds.
He has a small dick. He's like, and I'm proud of it. That's like being a meth vet.
You're gonna love my nuts.
That's great, Hasio. Thank you. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. If it makes you feel better, then go for it, I guess. But is the Fungin service? What is that? Don't worry about what it is. Is it something bad? I imagine it's something bad. If you... But yeah. Because it's like heavily story based, I always kind of like wait. I've been kind of waiting for like the ads to finish for these, which probably makes it look really weird on the YouTube end because it's not the YouTube ads. Innocence is too pure. Is there such thing as too much innocence? I don't know if there's too much innocence. I don't think there's such thing. Well, unless if it puts you in danger, maybe. If someone's like trying to like kidnap you and they're promising you a puppy, maybe that's too much innocence. Even then, that sounds suspicious. It's like, oh, did you take care of the puppy? You shouldn't try to get it like too far. Fun Dungeon is like whenever everything base game is PG and there's a secret area that's not PG. Oh. Can consider a baby being too innocent for this world? I'm not sure if it's too innocent. It's just like they're dependent, so they can't exist on their own. But then again, technically all humans are dependent. It's one of one of the proofs for the existence of God is that we're all dependent on each other. Okay. The next day on the way to my first class, I pondered what Damien said about the homecoming dance. I don't want to be awkward about it, but I'm curious about what the girls in my class think about it. Fortunately, I don't have to wait long, because I overhear a few of the girls huddled around each other, discussing just that. And again, I can't do voices. I'm too insecure. So I only have a voice for the dude, and it's a very bad voice, but we're gonna keep to it. So Sarah, have you got your eye on anyone this year for the homecoming dance?
Hey, just wondering if you got your photos printed?
Logos minted?
What?
The slide, sorry. What, do you help with the PC stuff? What? Oh, yeah.
Hello,
Don't you see? Look what you did.
What? See a lot? But yeah, no, with technical stuff, Spoon is very helpful. Okay. I might have an idea of someone, but I still haven't decided. That's the harpy. And that's not an insult, she's a harpy. I'm pretty busy with the homecoming committee itself, after all, and I might be too busy with that to ask someone. What about you, Clover? You know, I'm not big into school spirit things, much less anything that extroverted. That's a hard pass for me, based. And you, Ava?
Fucking win.
Oh boy. Oh, well, if someone were to ask me, it would depend on their personality and stuff, I guess. Oh, you know that's not how it works. Wait, what? How does it not work that way, Sarah? Oh, right, I forgot. The girls have to ask the boys, because it's that type of dance that I forgot the name of, but they mentioned it last time. You know, the one where the girls ask the boys. Yeah, you're gonna have to ask whoever you want to take with you on a DATE if you want to go. Yeah, Sally Hawkins, thank you. Ah! Where are we, Craig? Ah! Ava pushes Clover with her book in retaliation for her teasing. Stop it! I know! There's just not anyone who's sparked my interest yet. Maybe. Not that there's anybody like that around here. Not even the new guy, Gabe? She purposefully says my name a bit louder than the rest and looks over in my direction with a smirk on her face and trouble in her eyes. Clover's great. Ava responds with a blushing scowl. Clover, that's enough. Leave poor Ava alone. Okay, fine. Just then, Red walks in and greets the group. This is the one that I think Cats likes, or would like. Yo, what's everyone talking about, all huddled up? Oh, just who they're interested in taking to the homecoming next Friday. Do you have anyone you're asking? Not really, though. I wouldn't mind going with friends to just party. Besides, it's okay to let loose every once in a while. Definitely, I can't wait to make this an event everyone remembers. As the conversation concludes, Sister Talia walks in and has everyone take their seats. I knew it! I knew that would be Katz's girl! Good morning, class! As you're all well aware, the homecoming dance theme was decided last night, a Monster Mash theme. Would that be considered racist in, like, a world where, like, only some people are monsters and some people aren't monsters? Because I remember there was, like, this one, like, they'd have, like, theme nights for basketball. I didn't go to them. But, like, one of them was to dress up as a nerd. And it's like, is that, like, nerd blackface? Is that disrespectful to, like, take someone's culture and then, like, make it a theme? Is that a bad thing? It made me feel kinda icky. But then again, it's just, like, a joke? I don't know. I don't know. Because it's too close to Halloween. It was decided that instead of something formal, everyone will come in costume instead. That actually sounds really fun. Now, I'm sure you're all excited, but don't let it get in the way of your studies. Alright, let's get started. Everyone open your books to page... No, it's not BB. And blackface isn't racist either, if it's hilarious. Oh boy. And so class continues as usual until lunchtime. They're grabbing my food for the cafeteria. I journey outside again. BB, as a nerd, wouldn't you know that particular answer to that question? I mean, it makes me feel uncomfortable, but I'm just, like, stupid. So I don't know if that's fair. I didn't like it when people would dress up, like, as nerds, but that's just me. The courtyard is as busy as ever. Today, however, I do not see Sarah and Red in the same place as before. I continue scanning the groups of students until I notice Clover and Ava sitting together in the shade of a giant oak tree. Ava is reading a book with one hand and eating, while Clover chats animatedly beside her. That, no self-degradation? I make fun of myself all the time. It's different when it's someone else doing it. Though it's also, like, intention. It's intention is a lot of it. If it's just, like... I don't know, if they have something to say with it, then it could be funny. But otherwise, I don't know. Oh, off topic. Did you hear about the judge that got in trouble for posting a meme about a fact? Black toddler getting his first ankle monitor? What? Intent matters? Yeah. Yeah, that's my main... Oh boy. I think it's intent and if it's actually funny. I think those are the main things. I don't know. Let me put the meme in the Discord? Okay, thank you. The way they can multitask like that astounds me. Oh yeah, reading and talking and yeah. And eating. Might not know much about them yet. They're the best girls. Those two are the best. I'm not biased because I think if they did a fusion dance and made them like 1,000 times less cooler, that would be me. But oh well. It would probably be beneficial to reach out to people on my own for once. Make a resolute decision to casually tread in their direction, dodging through the few people passing by. I try to catch a glance of the title of the book Ava is reading, but it's just at the wrong angle for me to see. As I approach, Clover looks up at me with a tired gaze. Hey, mind if I sit here? Clover continues her stare in my direction and analyzes me for a moment before giving me a dopey grin and answering. We don't mind at all. What's up, new guy? Thanks, and not much. Still getting my bearings, and figured I'd stick with faces I know and then, I guess, to get to know them better? What? Our faces? Aha! I mean, to get to know you guys a bit more, since we haven't really interacted much. Great, off to an awkward start. It's not awkward, it's amusing. Self-introductions aren't really my strong point, but that's okay. The hard part's over, now to build up from here. So how do you two know each other? Well, I go to the computer lab after school, as you know from yesterday, and since that's part of the library, Ava and I end up running into each other most days. Your dad picks you up, right? Yeah, like I said yesterday, he works late most days and I'm too impatient for the bus. Unless I need more computer power. For the bigger games, of course. Of course. And your mom doesn't pick you up because... Watch her be dead. Gabe, please. She's deceased. I knew it! Gabe! 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 Why? It was obvious, Gabe! Don't ask that! My gosh. Guess Clover's a Disney princess. Oh boy. Oh. My bad. Or maybe she's just messing with him. I just assumed she also worked later. Guess I should be more sensitive to subtleties in speech. Oh gosh, she really is an anime protagonist. Don't worry about it. She passed away when I was too young to remember her. That's even sadder! My dad talks about her often, though. Says I remind him of her in some ways. Well, that's good, I suppose. As long as it doesn't go the Saint Difna route whenever, oh, you look like your mom. Do you want to be my new wife? As long as it doesn't go that way, it's perfectly fine. Yeah, apparently she was a scientist. I love Clover. Computer was off and had to relog into Twitch, which is a pain. Oh, that's fair. Guess like mother, like daughter, since Clover seems to know her way around the computer and then some. More than me, for sure. While Clover and I are talking, I notice Ava peeking her eyes out from over her book, as if she's interested in the conversation, but doesn't want to be obvious about it. Take this opportunity to include her, despite the fact that she's busy reading. So what book are you reading now, Ava? Ava jumps a little, surprised that she was called out while still peeking over her book. She tries playing it off like she was still engrossed in the book. Who, me? Nothing particularly interesting. Right now I'm catching up on, romance? That's your favorite, right?
Where rats? Where the rats?
Welcome, Lockheed. Thank you for the follow. Ava blushes at this and gets flustered. A fantasy series! I was saying that I'm catching up on a fantasy series! I mean, it has romance in it, but it's not a romance. I know, from what I know about this game, that she's not one of those types. But after seeing, like, the Meat Canyon, like, female, like, fantasy romance books, it means different things now, I guess. I trust Ava not to be into those types of books, though, but that's... oh, well. Same thing, right? Most fantasy games I play don't have romance in them, so I wouldn't call them romance, but yours does. What's Scuff? What about Scuff? What happened? Oh yeah, what about your visual novel things? What did those count as? Oh! Oh boy. Lockheed. Quick, everyone reveal the crazy military equipment ideas. Oh boy. Honestly, Lockheed just makes me think of the dragon. Which is named after the company that makes the planes. Or jets, but, you know, still. Hey, those could be sci-fi and fantasy too, you know. What? These two seem amusing together. Yeah, they're the best. They're definitely close since they're used to teasing each other, but only Ava seems to get flustered over it. My intuition about Clover being a troublemaker was right on the money. How about you? What kind of things are you into? Are you a gamer? A reader? An athlete?
Oh, you know, a little bit of everything, really. But if I had to pick up a hobby, I can't freaking read. I was especially into, it would be...
I have to think about this a little bit. I really do dabble in a lot of hobbies, but do I have anything in common with these two that might build up our early friendship? Or maybe I prefer something they wouldn't care for. It's best to be honest with myself and others. There's no point in starting off a friendship under false pretenses. What kind of hobby might I have in common with my new friends? Are they into anime? Are we going with gaming? Chat, what do you want? Are we going with gaming? Are we gamers? Are we gonna choose something else? Anime? Yeah? I don't know. I guess anime could, like, kind of... It's like sci-fi fantasy. It can cover a lot of things. Okay, we'll do anime. But that could maybe appeal to both of them, so we'll do that. Even if that's not necessarily my strong suit.
Lately, I've been binging old anime at night before bed, while trying to keep up with the new seasonal stuff.
Oh, he's a super weeb. We know we aren't picking self-improvement. Yeah, you've seen my streams. You know that I'm just scuffed forever. Oh ho ho! Mighty bold of you to just bring up anime as a hobby in front of two girls you barely just met. Wait, are you saying why? But have no fear. I've been doing the same thing for a long time. I've been dabbled at a few sci-fi shows as well, though I mostly watch them on the side while gaming on my primary monitor. Based. Wait, or what?
Doesn't that make it difficult to follow the action and story?
No, Gabe, it doesn't. Screw you, Gabe. No, nah, it's not a problem, really. I'll focus on the show when it's more interesting, or when I'm describing levels on an alt character or something. See? Based. Especially with, like, Power Rangers and stuff, where you just, like, I don't pay attention during the fight scenes, I just pay attention during the plot. Plus, you know, slime. I can do this thing with my eyes, it lets me. Clover, stop, don't weird about. Clover is S tier, Gabe needs to go. Yeah, Clover's the best. I think, well, I like Ava a lot, too. These two are the best, though. These two are the best. I think we can agree on that, maybe. Maybe not cats, but... Clover laughs at this, but stops anyway. I think I get the picture. Oh, can she, like, do eye stalks? That's so cool. Must be pretty convenient. Weird, sure, but convenient nonetheless. She also overshares about biology. I love Clover! Conversations continue along those lines for a while, until the bell rings, signaling that we should wrap things up and make it to our next class. Eva carefully puts a bookmark in her book and closes it, while Clover picks up her lunch items to prepare for their disposal. See you around, Gabe!
Yeah, see you.
Ava also gives me a quick wave bye, and I return the gesture with a similarly quick wave and smile. Pick up my stuff and start heading back into the building for our next class. Every other day, we switch between different types of extracurricular classes. I was given a choice between a few different electives. Since I was a late transfer, physical education was a mandatory default for one of them. Lame. For my remaining choice, it was a toss-up between music and art for me. And since I don't have an artistic bone in my body, I figured that I would try music. At least art's easier. You can just, like, say that you're an outsider artist, and they can, like, just be like, okay. With music, you have to try. It's harder to fake it with music. I'm speaking from experience. Don't do music. Music's hard. You end up at the band concert crying because you didn't learn how to freaking play your sheet music because you're a stupid idiot and didn't practice enough. And then you're crying during the freaking Christmas concert, and it's just a big old mess. This isn't coming from experience or anything. What is Vera Volta's favorite anime? I don't know. I like Mob Psycho a lot.
Turtle. The hedgehog asked me, what is Vera Volta's favorite anime? Oh, you know how it is with streamers. They change favorites like I change the oil in my car. 1 minute they're all about Attack on Titan. The next it's My Hero Academia. Who can keep track? It's almost as confusing as their choice in snacks while streaming. So take a wild guess. But remember, we have the meat.
Do you try with them? Yeah. I have a lot of those stories. I have a lot of I suck at everything stories. I can fake the music, I cannot fake art. I was in band, and my sense of rhythm was so bad that I wasn't allowed to play certain instruments. Wanted to try the channel points thingy? That's fair, yeah. But I think Mob Psycho, One Piece has honestly been going up there recently. I've really been liking One Piece. I like Shield Hero, but I hear that it, like, kind of fell off. I think Mob Psycho. Probably Mob Psycho. Maybe One Piece if it continues being as good. BB's teacher was the drum movie teacher who wants pictures of Spider-Man. Oh, yeah! The guy who's in everything. He also, like, voices the Lemon guy. Oh. What was it called? Like, Whiplash? I think the movie was Whiplash. Oh, since I don't have an artistic bone in my body, I figured that I would try music. Again, Gabe is insane. Gabe is insane in the membrane. I don't know how you could think that you could, like, fake music and not fake art. Just say that it's freaking the outsider art. It's very easy. At least if I'm not very good at it, I can try to blend in or even lip sync in the back so I don't stand out.
He says he's not dead.
Yes, he is.
I'm not. He isn't?
Well, he will be soon. He's very ill.
I'm getting better. No, you're not. You'll be stone dead in a moment.
Is he Whiplash the Miles Teller movie? I don't know. Maybe? Shield's hero is still good. People want to call the second season's an arc after Mine's trial boring since she was a good antagonist. Oh. I just hear that they rushed, like, the light novels too much. At least from my friend who, like, read it. Okay, Whiplash was the movie. Yeah, I generally know my movie trivia to some degree. I keep on top of that kind of stuff. So, okay, so music here doesn't mean, like, playing an instrument. It's only choir? Then why isn't it called choir? Because there's a lot of that. You could be an orchestra, you could be in band. That's a very wide net, music. Even more than art, because generally the art classes kind of make you do a little bit of everything. At least in, like, entry. I've never been to a school that has anything other than band class as an elective, so this will be an interesting experience. You could be in jazz band, which is different somehow. Yeah, no, jazz band is also a different one. For my school, I think you had to try out to get into jazz band. Oh, and I hear that other schools have marching band, and that's like a really big thing. My school was way too tiny, so we didn't have a marching band. As I look around, I find a room of people I don't recognize, and even more interesting, people of various grades. Hello, Yoda. Goodbye, Yoda. Since the students are distributed between the various electives, I guess they have to mix different grades of students for this sort of thing. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's what it was like at my school, I guess. I do spy a familiar face among the crowd, however. Arya is standing around in a corner on her phone as usual, waiting for class to start. I approach her casually as I wade through the other students. Hey. Oh, sorry.
Hey,
Hey.
I guess they mix grades for a lot of the electives, huh?
Yeah, I suppose so.
So you play guitar, right? Are you in a band or anything?
Maybe. Depends on who's asking. I'll wait for the Arby's guy to say his thing. It always, like, takes a minute to load.
Turtle the Hedgehog asked me, why was Vera Volta's music teacher mean to her and make her cry? Well, it sounds like Vera had a classic case of a tough love teacher.
No.
Usually they think breaking you down builds you back up.
No, there was never a brand building back up.
Too hard, thinking it would bring out the best.
No.
But hey, who knows? Maybe Vera just couldn't handle their excessive passion for music. Or they reminded her too much of a drill sergeant. Either way, sounds like a drama worthy of an anime plot twist. Remember, folks, we have the meat.
Fred, I can't watch the full stream, but I'll make sure to look at the VOD. Have a good night, guys. Thank you for stopping by, Brown Owl. I appreciate it. Next time I get the points, I'll correct the RP's AI guy. Okay.
Who knows? I could be a music producer out scouting new talent, or just a student trying to get to know his fellow classmates.
Stop trying to be smooth, Gabe. Am I just gonna be bullying Gabe the whole time? Probably, actually. Well, I'd probably say screw off to the first one, so I guess it's better that you're likely to be the latter.
Probably more boring than the former, but yup, you got me.
Cassio? How long does this Yoda go? Still going. Okay, he's gone. Arya eyes me up and down, as if analyzing me for the first time. When her eyes returned to my face, she spoke slyly to herself, and I feel as if I passed some unknown test. Yeah, I'm in a band, but we haven't been able to play as much, since most of them graduated high school last year. Oh, right, because she's a senior, right? So maybe she was friends with the juniors? I mean, I was generally friends with the younger kids, or the older kids. Basically anyone who wasn't in my own grade, except for, like, 2 people. Because, like, all my friends from middle school ditched me as soon as we got to high school.
Ah, cool. So they're a bit older. Are you guys planning to go full-time after you escape high school?
That's the dream, but we're obviously not there yet, seeing as I'm stuck here, and they're working at local stores downtown.
Yeah, such is the fate of local bands. Sometime, I mean. I hope you guys make it after all. I just know it's usually a steep road up ahead.
Uh-huh. Well, that wasn't the best way I could have handled that conversation. Because you're Gabe. And you're an anime protagonist. I guess Hasio added that for everybody. Okay. Sure. I don't know why she makes me nervous like that. She doesn't really intimidate me or anything, I think. No, you're totally intimidated, kid. It must be because she's a senior while I'm just a junior. I don't think that's why. I think it's because she's got the goth energy. The goth energy is too strong for you. So what kind of stuff are you into?
Stuff. Like music?
Oh, you made it low volume. Thank you, Asya. Aya keeps looking at me, waiting for an answer.
I guess rock is kind of my thing, but I only really have a few favorite bands.
Does Vivi like the goths? I mean, like, I guess? Should probably cost more for the length, probably? Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I don't know about, like, the historical goths. Like, the historical, like, group. But, like, Raven's my favorite Teen Titans character. Does that count for something? I don't know. But as in, like, the Gothic era, I'm not, like, the best on that. I know more about, like, the romance era. With, like, Frankenstein and stuff.
Guess rock is kind of my thing, but I only really have a few favorite bands.
The goths sacked robots. Yeah, something like that. Hello, Honest Thoughts, how are you doing? I vaguely remember, like, I know that they exist. I think that's the only reason I know that they exist, to be honest. Have you ever tried checking out local bands and supporting them? Raven is the best Titan, so you picked correctly. Yeah, everyone knows that.
I guess so. I stopped by a battle of the bands in middle school.
Okay, technically I was eating outside at a restaurant with my family, and the festival happened to be playing across the street. Comic book Starfire is cool enough, though? Yes, that's true. And then, like, generally the comic book versions are pretty different. Though they did kind of, like, mess with Starfire and made her kind of suck in, like, one version of Red Hood, where they just made it, instead of, like, the kissing to, like, learn a language thing, they had her, like, screw people, because she had, like, total face blindness or something. It was weird. Arya doesn't care for posers? Yeah, that... Don't make me think of, freaking, the other... How did I forget about the other goth media? My best knowledge of goth media comes from freaking My Immortal. If you guys know that infamous fanfiction about how they hate the posers and the preps. Comics are even boring while Cartoon Network show and design put her on top again. I mean, she's like has a different role in the comics because she's like older, but then they keep on like changing things.
Does that count?
You need we need Vivi to read My Immortal, the whole thing. I have read the whole thing, but I'd like to like force Mally and maybe maybe we should get like a few of us together and voice it because that would be very funny. I don't know who I'd be though, because I don't know if I'm really Darkness Devon. Oh wait, no. Ebony Darkness Dementia Ravenway. Ebony Darkness Dementia Ravenway. I don't know if I'm on like up to her level of charisma, so I'm not sure who I'd play. Comic Raven is cool, but yeah, some of it is bad. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing with comics. There's times when the character's good, and there's times when the character's bad. Unless if you're like Ironheart, then I think like every single time you're bad. I don't think that... Has there ever been a run of her that's decent? I can't think of like any like good run of Ironheart. Yeah, but a lot of characters, even like Carol Danvers, had times when she was interesting. Not when as like Captain Marvel, but more as like Miss Marvel.
Does that count?
Do you happen to remember any of the names of the bands that were playing that day? Oh no! It's a quiz! It's a quiz!
Maybe? I think so.
You're screwed, man. If I think about it, I might remember. Can I remember the name of any of the bands playing? Oh no! Ads. So it's a game. Poser! Poser! Pose! Freaking game. In terms of like local bands, the only one that I can think of, this was back when I was in Dallas, was something called Baba Yaga. They're like an Oompa band. Like it's kind of like polka-ish. Really freaking good. Like they did a cover of Blister in the Sun, and that made me very happy. But other than like essentially polka, I'm not a big like knowledge repository of music. I guess in that sense. You know my favorite local band, right, Vera? No, I don't actually. What is it? Spoon. Wait. Is that like a name of a band? Like, unironically, if it is, like, post some of their music. I need to know now. I need to know. It's important to me. Wait, the ad is over? Now I'm confused. Because it says it's not over yet. Post their music. I need to know. It doesn't say it's over. Okay, now it says it's over. Huh, that's weird. Okay, but yes. Poser! 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 Let's see. What's the name that I remember for the local Battle of the Bands? So, are these real? Or is he making them up? Like, does he actually remember or not? This sounds like an actual band name. Revolting Ninja Pirates could maybe be like ska, and that'd be cool if it was like ska. Unity Thai Band, I guess, is like hippies. Extravagant Extortion sounds like a grunge band or something. Or do we just say that he just doesn't remember? What do you guys think? Should we go with hardcore, or should we say like the most ridiculous name that we can think of? Or I could just pick a random one. Feeling I'm kind of leaning towards extravagant extortion, because that just sounds like a band name. It really just does. Then again, I really like Aquabats, and that sounds like they like collab with someone like Revolting Ninja Pirates. Let's go. Well, now I'm convincing myself about the pirates. Huh. But it sounds so silly. It could be real. I overthink everything. Let's do Revolting Ninja Pirates. It sounds stupid.
Maybe the Revolting Ninja Pirates?
Can't say I know that band, and I know a lot of bands nearby. Are you sure you went to the Battle of the Bands? Dang, I guess that was a real band name. Okay, so if you're lying, that's different. That's different. We're going back to I don't remember then. If they're all like this, are they all like this? Oh, they all have stuff. Okay, we're gonna go through all of them.
Well, the name Extravagant Extortion jumped out at me.
They were pretty in your face. Yeah, I don't think that band counts as indie, and it's definitely not a local band. Are you sure you know what you're talking about? We're going back! Unity Thai Band.
Was Unity Thai Band one of the bands that year?
I think that's actually a Japanese rock band. Maybe you're getting them confused with someone else. Okay, we're just gonna say he doesn't know.
Honestly, I don't remember much. Truth be told, I didn't actually attend it. It's more like I heard it from across the street while I was with my family. I'm willing to learn more about local bands, however. There's always room on my playlist for some new interesting music.
Alright, I'll give you some recommendations later then. That's probably smoother, to be honest. Fanged Freaks played there that year, by the way. The bass player for that band is in our band now. Oh. She was only with...
Cheese.
She was only with them during her freshman year, but the crazy story she told me about them, that went over well. Guess honesty is the best policy with her. See? Yeah, see? Here again.
Oh, by the way, speaking of bands, you'll have to let me listen to some of your stuff sometime.
Ow! Why am I getting slapped with cheese? Yeah, maybe sometime. Just then, the music teacher makes his entrance into the room. Alright, now you take a response to the rest of the students. Let's see what the music teacher is gonna look like. Okay. We're not gonna get to see them. The music teacher directs us in various vocal exercises to get us started. Do my best to mimic what everyone else is doing. After the warm-up, the music teacher hands out a few pages of sheet music for us to sing. Fortunately, I know this one, since it's a pretty common... Oh, fortunate. I know this is a pretty common hymn that we sing at my church back home. I feel pretty confident about singing along, even though this version is split up into 4 parts. Do my best to blend in, but this really is the first time I'm singing with other people in a group setting like this. There's something weird that happens while I'm singing in harmony with others. It's hard to explain, but it's like my soul is warm and comes out of my chest to join with others for the duration of the song. I don't think I'll regret my decision to join the music class. Meanwhile, as I'm singing along with the others, my ears pick up on a lot of the other students' voices. Aria's in particular is quite striking. She, like me, appears to be trying to blend in with the crowd, but I can tell that her voice is something different. It rings out crystal clear and perfect pitch with a little pinch of something unique to it that I can't quite put my ear on. Not that I've ever heard her play guitar yet, but she sounds like she's quite suited to being quite suited for being a vocalist at least. But she does sing with them. I wonder if she uses a different vocal style for her band. Can't imagine a voice like her singing screamo or anything that hardcore. Maybe it could have something to do with the inherent qualities of being a daywalker. After class, as the choir members are dispersing, I approach Aria again, intending to compliment her vocal skills, but she slips away before I can get to her. For now, I move on with my day and go on to my next class. Just like that, the rest of the day goes by in the blink of an eye. When the final bell rings at the end of the day, I'm reminded of a bet that was sort of made on my behalf yesterday during gym class. It has something to do with the contest we had. Sarah and Red are really competitive, it seems. Since our team won, I think Sarah said that I have to check out the basketball team after school today. Either way, it's not like I'm obligated to go either. But I'd feel bad if I got her hopes up. I don't feel like I'm up to joining a physical activity. I'm sure if I don't feel like I'm up to joining a physical activity, I'm sure they wouldn't take it personally. However, I could be missing out on an opportunity to get to know them better. What should I do this afternoon? Well, then you say that we're going here. You made a commitment. This sounds cooler. Well, you made a commitment. So we're going to your commitment. Yeah, I think I'll check out the basketball club. If I want a bigger dose of the game we played yesterday, this is where I gotta get it. I arrive at the field outside the gymnasium, where many of the same sports teams I saw on Sunday are out training. See a track team, the football team, the martial arts club, and the cheerleaders all packed in their respective areas. Earlier this week, Sarah told me that I should meet her out here after school if I'm still interested in checking out the basketball team. I head over to the cheerleader squad where Sarah is leading a cheer. Again, the oxen is a reference to how St. Thomas Aquinas, which the school is named, was referred to the dumb ox, even though that he was like one of the smartest people alive. But they didn't know that when they were calling him the dumb ox. Or at least at first. Oxen are ready. We're gonna push through. Oxen are gonna stomp on you. So you better get ready, and you better pray. We're gonna kick you to yesterday. Okay. Woo, yeah, woohoo. Sarah and the cheerleaders dance around energetically, cheering after their chant. All their energy and elation increase as they continue their drills. Wait, why are we going here for basketball? Isn't basketball inside? I'm confused. I just don't see where they store all that energy. I've never been involved in any sport that requires this much team spirit. Elementary school basketball doesn't count for me, even if I did appreciate my parents' encouragement. Maybe I'll start feeling it if I join the basketball team later next month. As I continue to watch Sarah practice, I feel more determined about joining up. Hardtop basketball exists, which is outside. Oh! Why don't they have a gym? So why don't they just meet in the gym? Unless if someone else is in the gym. Are they one of the schools who has, like, mass in the gym. Because we used to have mass in the gym until we ended up just walking to the church that's kind of close to our school. Besides, maybe it would raise my spirits even more to have such animated girls cheer me on. As Sarah and the others finished their routines, they approached the group. Sarah notices me from afar and excitedly prances over to me. Hey, Gabe, I'm glad you came.
Well, I was roped into a promise after all. Not that I mind. I'm here after all. I really did have fun with the game we played yesterday. Just figured that I'd give it a shot.
That's great to hear. The actual basketball tryouts aren't for another month or so, since basketball season starts in late fall, but they like to do drills early in the year to keep their edge up. We used to have volleyball in the gym and basketball outside of middle school PE. Huh, but aren't their seasons different? I thought the timing of their seasons were different. Huh. I have no idea. Right now, they only have 9 people on the sign-up sheet, so it'd be a big help if we had more people to even out the offense and defense. Hi, Dan. There goes Yoda. At the very least, I won't just be bench warming, even if I doubt I'd get a starting position. That is, if they don't get many more sign-ups. Sarah leads me inside, with the familiar sounds of the gym to hit my ears once again. Okay, so they were just, like, waiting outside. Huh? Oh well.
Beans.
Still have no idea who that is. Squeaky sneakers, basketball bounces, and random shouts to call out positions. We sit together and watch the team for a little while longer until we get into a discussion about homecoming. A lot of us cheerleaders are on the homecoming preparation team, so we've been having a lot of informal meetings to go over the details. Can't wait to see what this gym will look like with all the Monster Mash decorations in October. No, that's almost 2 months away, but still. It's kind of ironic to me, a monster girl getting excited about an event where people dress up as, well, monsters. Ah, so that is what it is? What? I decided to bring it up now since Damien said that such things are usually fair game. Not to treat people differently, after all.
So, what kinds of things do monster people look forward to dressing as for a monster?
Oh gosh, Gabe. Gabe. Oh gosh, Gabe. Oh gosh. So what
kinds of things do monster people look forward to dressing up as for a monster mash?
different sports seasons, but it was an option for PE all year, except when it was bad weather. Then you just played Pokemon in the bleachers. We didn't have options. You had to play what everyone else was playing. That's how I got stuck with basketball when I could never make a basket. We had this one game where there was like a line, and like you try to get through the line as quickly as possible by someone makes a basket and then it's the next person in line. Whoever would have me would lose because I could never make a basket. I never made a basket ever. I never had like the upper body strength enough to make a basket. So all 7 of you couldn't. There was like 30 of us. If you're a monster and you dress up as another monster, are you doing the equivalent of blackface? I don't know. Is anyone dressing up as a monster the equivalent of blackface in this universe? I don't know.
Chicken jockey.
Oh yeah, I guess you're not used to all this coming from public school at all. Honestly, most people just come with whatever they feel like as any non-monster person would. Though it is funny when a monster person dresses up as something in a
Chicken jockey.
Although it is funny when a monster person dresses up as something in a completely different direction than their monster type. Once for Halloween, my dad dressed up with a lion's mane and tail. Everyone kept calling him a manticore because the tail looked like a snake and the wings came by default. That makes sense. How about you? Are you planning on dressing up? I'm trying to get it to just be the chicken. Oh. All the monsters come dressed up as politicians. Oh no! How about you? Are you planning on dressing up?
I don't know. I haven't really thought about it that much. Plus, I don't have anyone to go.
Cheese.
Wait. Oh, Phantom.
Anyways, it might have to be a last minute thing since I didn't bring a costume from home or anything.
Oh, it's not too hard to throw something together last minute nowadays. Plus, there are always pop-up stores around town this time of year for Halloween-related things. We'll get you set up.
Oh my! It looks like everyone's been taken to Taikogi Tower.
This is illegal, you know.
My cakes will burn!
Cassia. What? What? Speaking of which, I need to look for helping hands around the school for school spirit events. You don't happen to know anyone I could rope into helping me, do you? Perhaps someone taller and athletic? Well, I guess that's fair, Hassie. I just tried. It's fine. Might be able to think of a few people who might be able to help. Who could help Sarah with setting up school spirit decorations? Chad Gabe, yeah. No, you're fine. Volunteer? I mean, yeah, we. You just like volunteer Damien when he already seems like sleep deprived and tired all the time. Like what the heck, man? I'm pretty sure Father's busy. We're not gonna why rope Red into this? We're gonna say B because otherwise it's just douchey. Why is this douchey that voluntells someone else? I suppose. Oh, sorry.
I suppose I could. It's not like I have any other plans.
Oh, would you? That would be great. We could use a little bit of extra height and strength for some of the more difficult things. Take the hint, bro. Yeah, no, he's again anime protagonist. It's just gonna go woof, right over his head. Okay.
Oh boy, I guess I have a lot of work ahead of me then.
You got ready those? No. Well, why do you ask? Don't sweat it. It'll all be done before you know it. Besides, you'll have me and everyone else to keep you company. It's the 5'10" middle schooler. This hurts me. Oh.
I guess that's not so bad, huh?
Nope. We continue to watch the guys practice until I finally muster up enough courage to talk to the coach about trying out. I don't want to try out for the basketball team. I just said that we had to. He suddenly dropped the nasally voice for a minute when he did something good. Oh, yeah. Whoops. I tell Sarah that I see her later and she wishes me good luck. That I'll see her later. The coach seems happy at the prospect of another potential candidate. He tells me to come to the next practice tryout. When I finish my business with the coach, I decide to head back to the dorms to continue reading my assignment. I arrive back in my room, prepared to continue my assigned book. Thoughts of the day distract me, however. Thinking back on music class, I feel that I did come out today with a bit more appreciation for music and the performing arts. As much as I enjoyed music class, I could also see myself just reading the semester away. I wonder if having a reading partner in the library would make it more enjoyable. Ava did have some great suggestions after all. And again, I have similar feelings about basketball, unless I'm just confusing with how I feel about being around Sarah. She truly does have a personality that can hype you up about anything. I wonder if I really do have what it takes to join the basketball team, though. Regardless of what I end up doing and who I end up hanging out with this year, I feel that I should take every chance I get to become closer to people. He doesn't need to join to say whether or not he has any interest. Yeah, that's fair. I only have 2 years left of high school after all. With my thoughts on school life now settled, I pick up my book and start reading again where I left off. Okay. The Christian says, creatures are not born with desires, unless satisfaction for those desires exists. A baby feels hunger. Well, there's such a thing as food. Okay, so we're talking about natural law. A duckling wants to swim. Well, there's such a thing as water. Man feels sexual desires. Well, there is such a thing as sex. If I find in myself a desire which no experience in this world can satisfy, the most probable explanation is that I was made for another world. If none of my earthly pleasures satisfy it, that does not prove that the universe is a fraud. Probably earthly pleasures were never meant to satisfy it, but only to arouse it, to suggest the real thing. If that is so, I must take care, on the one hand, never to despise or be unthankful for these earthly blessings, and on the other, never to mistake them for something else, of which they are only a kind of copy, or echo, or mirage. A very thoughtful passage, yeah. Taking the rest of the book and basic Christian doctrine in context, it seems to be saying that we should enjoy or at least appreciate what we have here while we can. But we should also not mistake these things as final rewards in and of themselves. We are both half body and half spirit after all. Sometimes we can get caught up in many things that give us loads of temporary pleasure, only to place them on a pedestal and worship them as idols. And it's not so obvious when we cross that line most of the time. We all have a hierarchy of values that we keep. Am I keeping the most important things on top? Is there one thing up there that ought to be lower? Anything that may be getting in the way of keeping my relationships intact, or keeping me from forging new ones? Are there any that I'm putting even before God, including my relationships with people, or my hobbies? And the way, the truth, and the life moment? Yeah, basically. I'll have to keep these things in mind while I enjoy life, so I don't end up getting lost in my love for that which is temporary. I continue to absorb the wisdom contained in my book until it's time for me to retire for the night. I wonder to myself, how can I apply everything I am learning to bring about a better world, both generally and for the goals I have in mind for myself? What are my goals right now? What should I be focusing on to obtain the best outcome for all the things I want? Switch off my light and try to sleep despite all the things racing in my mind. Oh yeah, Wednesday's Mias.
I don't care who the IRS sends, I am not paying taxes.
Wait. I think it still fits us since we're the fraud rats, but now that we're not really doing the financial content as much. Or at least as much as we used to. God, then scams, then drones, and everything else, right, guys? I'm surprised that scams go before drones for you, Spoon. Today is a bit different, since first period is replaced by a mass on Wednesdays. I arrive a few minutes early among the steady stream of other students who are slowly trickling in. Look around to see if there's anyone I know. Considering the fact that Wednesday Mass is mandatory for students, everyone I know should be here somewhere. Scams mean more drones, that's fair. But then again, if you're doing scams with the intent to get drones, isn't drones higher than scams? Because then scams are just a means to an end. You don't have joy in the scams themselves. Right? Maria catches my eye first, preferring a pew in the back right corner, busily typing away on her phone. Guess I'll leave her be. For the front views, I see the dark hair and the little red horns of Ava poking out from amidst the crowd of students, with Clover and her small antennae next to her. Don't really feel comfortable sitting so close to the front like that. There's just something about being up front in the view of everyone that makes me, and clearly a bunch of other Catholics, uncomfortable. Yeah, no, it's the front rows are almost always, like, the least populated rows. That's fair. It's a strange detail many priests like to half-joke about once in a while during their homilies. Must be something about Catholics feeling that they have a more private spiritual relationship with God. Maybe. That could be part of it. This contrasts to many other Christian denominations who may feel a more publicly outward connection. If Ren works out her lower legs to the point of obsession, putting above most things, does that mean it's golden calves? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That's so stupid. I love it. Thank you for that. I'm sure her calves would become cats as golden calves, oh my gosh. If I had to guess, a balance between the two is probably in everyone's best interest, but to each their own, yeah. Not far from Ava and Clover, I see the back of Damien's head facing forward. It's currently kneeling in prayer, so I don't think I'll go and interrupt. Guess all that's left is to see if Sarah or Ren have made it yet. Coincidentally, soon after I think this, I hear a familiar voice behind me. Good morning, Gabe! Yo, morning. The difference in dynamic between the two is obvious. Ren usually appears to get a slower start in the mornings, but is ready to go, while Sarah is clearly always at her best regardless of the time of day.
Good morning. I'm not used to going to church on a Wednesday, but I assume not everyone here is Catholic, right? How does that work?
Oh, it's simple, really. Just takes the place of religion class on Wednesday, and non-Catholics like Ren and me just don't take communion. Okay, so so my bias towards, like, Clover and Ava, it might have just increased even more. It might have just increased even more. At least I admit my biases. But yeah.
You're not Catholic. If you don't mind me asking, what denomination are you?
My family and I are Southern Baptist. Oh. Okay. I usually attend a local Baptist church most Sundays, but I'm glad I could come to this more traditional kind of worship service during the week too. It said no Baptist. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe I'm just being harsh, but every Baptist that I've run into is like vehemently anti-Catholic. They call us heretics. I don't know. Maybe I just haven't run into too many Baptists, but like my mother-in-law did not want my dude to marry me because of that. Like she was not happy. We got around to it eventually, you know. You're doing what, Phantom? You should come to my church sometime too and check it out. No! I'm sorry. But my only times being the Baptist churches make me very uncomfortable. Once the youth group is a Baptist tradition, BB, don't besmirch it. Don't besmirch it. Sarah's still second best girl, to be honest. In my eyes, of course. I don't know if that's be best for me since I'm Catholic, but I have no reason to refuse if Sarah asks again in the future. Honestly, whenever I've been to like a Baptist church like 2-3 times, and every time it makes me incredibly uncomfortable because it feels like I hate how loud it is and people like interrupting and screaming like amen and stuff. It feels almost disrespectful to me. And in general, when things are loud like that, I feel like it distracts from the more, one-on-one relationship, I guess. I'll have to think on it a bit harder if she gives me a more serious offer later. Not really anything, but whatever will give me some meditation time before I get to school or work up a sweat is good by me. Not an orthodox opinion, but I'm glad Red is here nonetheless, so I guess she's agnostic? Still, it surprises me to learn that many non-Catholics are attending a Catholic school. It must be something that draws so many people here. Well, for me, it was mainly... That is true. We had a decent amount of non-Catholics. It was mainly just because we were a college prep school. So there's that, you know? Moonman? What? I don't even want to know what you guys are up to. Oh gosh. I hope that you're just kidding. I was going to say the lunch after the Baptist service, but BB probably hated that more. Yeah. I can fix her in a different direction than usual. Yeah. But yeah, no, I eventually my mother-in-law accepted that my dude converted and that we're Catholic now, but it's fine. I think she's more comfortable with it now. Only like every few months she'll think that we're the Pope's the Antichrist and stuff like that, but then she'll like chill again. It goes in like waves. Maybe at the potluck, no grilled cheese? Really? Yeah. Regardless, I'm also glad they are here, so I won't have to awkwardly find the pew to sit in alone. We respectfully tread down the aisle together to find a spot where we can all three fit. Pull down the dealer and say a few quick prayers to start the day. After a short while, the music director greets everyone and announces the song for the opening procession. Most people open their hymnals to the specified song. We all rise while Father John and the altar servers reverently process into their places. I guess it's ordinary time. Yeah, that fits. Ava's favorite food is canonically grilled cheese. It was revealed to someone in a dream. Oh yeah, because she can communicate with people in their dreams, right? Because she's she has dream powers as a... starts with an S. It's not a siren. It's also... S. It's gonna drive me crazy, though. Succubus! Yes, thank you! Okay, that just as you said it. And ads again. Well, that means that I can go and press this button while we're here. Super. Oh. What doing? Wait, how do I? That's weird. I don't know why it's doing that. Aw. Succubus, but not really, because they just kind of look like that. Well, it's the species. Like last time we learned, it's basically just species, and it more like the species within this universe. The species, like maybe not species, because they're not like a different species. The race, like inspired the abilities, not necessarily the demon, not like the actual demons. Succubus, if that makes sense. Okay, so thing gonna just ads. Oof. Oh, one not supposed to press. Oh, interesting. She's also a Latina? Oh! Again, Clover plus Ava fusion dance, but make them like 1,000 times lamer is me. That's my take. Good morning, students and visitors. Everyone replies in unison with "Good morning, Father." In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, amen. The Lord be with you all. I reply along with the rest of the congregation, and with your spirit. My brothers and sisters, let us acknowledge our sins, and so prepare ourselves to celebrate the sacred mysteries in the Mass. Traditionally, succubi did their deed in people's dreams, so that's a cool ability to include? Yeah. Evangeline Rosales. Oh, interesting. Early in the Mass, we prepare ourselves with a prayer that asks for the forgiveness of sins, which readies us to listen to the Word of God. Some may say that the Mass is overly ritualistic, but I like it just fine. Something I learned during my religious instruction. Pretty much every part of the Mass itself either directly quotes sacred scripture or is derived from it, all to prepare us to increase our holiness throughout the Mass. As Mass continues, I notice Sarah fidgeting beside me. Maybe the pews aren't very comfortable for harpy physiology. Ren seems to be doing just fine though, despite having a bigger tail, which is wrapped around her and settled in her lap. After Father John does the gospel reading, make sure to try and focus on the homily. Well, doesn't Sarah also have like ADD or ADHD or something? So that might also be why she's like squirming. I think my dad might have that because he's always like fidgeting just in general. And he always needs to do something, otherwise he goes crazy. That's why Pokemon goes like almost every time that he's conscious. Oi! I think I got swept. I'm gonna fix that up again. This day and age, it seems like most young folks are drifting away from God. Now, I don't want to be accusatory, but the data on this doesn't lie, and you're not the only ones to blame. Mostly. Gabe, the oblivious anime protagonist. Bro is not onto anything. Yeah, that's my main takeaway for Gabe, honestly. For every new Christian that enters the church, about 10 walk out the door. That's really sad. Why is that? I, for one, believe it's due to a lack of not just faith, but also action. The letter of James, chapter 2, verses 14 through 26, the author describes to us what happens when we claim to have faith, but that faith is empty, as shown by a lack of works. So what is a church without the faithful actively working? It's dead, I tell you. And we can clearly see that by the numbers and even the individuals that we encounter on a daily basis. For just as a body without a spirit is dead, so also faith without works is dead. So how can we revive this faith in ourselves, in our peers, and in our loved ones? Fortunately, it doesn't have to be as boring as you may first think. It doesn't have to feel burdensome to get out and help out. By simply being a loving friend or family member, you can utilize that special thing you're good at to evangelize to those who might not even see the light of Christ elsewhere. We can participate in programs that promote justice and dignity to those who aren't often afforded it. Feeding the hungry is pretty popular, but what about the imprisoned? Despite what acts prisoners may have committed, they may as well be forgotten by society. Oh, we're talking about the works of mercy. These are, yeah, I think visit the prisoner. It's one of the physical. Trying to remember. You know what? I'm gonna do a little list. So I don't forget it. I'm sure watch him list it immediately, but corporal works of mercy. Let's plug and pick. Thank you. Okay, here we go. It's feed the hungry, give drink to the thirsty, clothe the naked, shelter the homeless, visit the sick, visit the imprisoned, bury the dead. There we go. Those are the 7. While I'm here, I might as well also do the spiritual. The spiritual works of mercy, which I cannot spell apparently. Because oh my gosh, I cannot spell. I cannot, this is, oof. Oh my gosh. Website. No. Okay. I know one of them's instruct the ignorant.
Rats. Where the rats?
Thank you for the follow. I'm gonna... Let's see. Oh my gosh! Why are you doing this to me, internet? I just remember instruct the ignorant. And, pray for the living and the dead. Oh, here we go. Hello! How are you doing? I hope you're doing good. Okay, I think of it. Oh my gosh, I cannot read. Okay. What? Teach the ignorant, pray for the living and the dead, correct sinners, counsel those in doubt, console the sorrowful, bear wrongs patiently, and forgive wrongs willingly. Thank you! That sounds right. That sounds familiar. That was driving me a little bit crazy. Despite what acts prisoners may have committed, they may as well be forgotten by society. And nothing turns around the recidivism. The bear wrongs patiently is a typo though? Is it? Oh, it's you like the bear instead of like bear as in like an animal versus like the verb. And nothing turns around recidivism. Okay. Wait, no, it's recidivism. Oh, whatever. Right, like a true conversion of heart through faith. It won't undo what they have done, but it may prevent them from coming back to prison. May even bring forth a new great evangelist. Look no further than St. Paul himself, former prosecutor of the Christians. Oh, of Christians, yeah. He was there at the stoning of Stephen. He was helping out. Then there's beauty. Artists, musicians, actors. You can all create and perform for others to witness to the gospel. There's so much beauty in the church already, but how much better for it to be shown than through the work of mankind itself. And finally, it's time for church leaders to stop dumbing down their faith. Nothing turns someone away from the faith faster than giving them a non-answer to an earnest question. There's no excuse to give someone asking a hard question about the faith an overly simplistic answer. Like, that's just the way God made it, including personal ignorance. That being said, I invite each and every one of you to strengthen your faith by questioning the difficult things that you haven't found answers to. The Virgin Soul of Tarsus versus Chad St. Paul. It's the same picture. It's the same picture, but I guess except for the conversion. If you can't find the answers on your own, come see me or another trusted spiritual director. In closing, whether believers or not, Catholic or non-Catholic, human person or monster person, we are all made in God's image. We are all born with that divine spark which guarantees that we ought to be treated with equal dignity. Through that same divine spark, we are all equally called to serve Him, either directly or by serving others to increase our faith and love for God, others, and ourselves. Amen. The congregation is with a solid amen. The rest of the Mass goes on as usual. Virgin Saul went blind, and you all know why. receive the Eucharist, as do many of the other students. A surprising numbers appear not to do so. I'm guessing most are non-Catholic students and visitors. I also happen to notice that Ava is among those who don't partake, which is odd because I thought she was Catholic too. She probably is just, maybe... Well, no, she just went to confession like a little bit ago. I don't know, maybe she just doesn't feel worthy, because technically you only, what is it? You need to receive the Eucharist, what is it, once, twice a year? Technically, if you don't feel worthy, you don't have to receive it. Generally, if you're in mortal sin, you don't. You just don't. That would be another mortal sin if you receive the Eucharist, despite being in mortal sin. But I don't know. You have to correct your courses first, correct? Huh? Scrupulous. Oh, she's suffering. Oh, is she? Oh, does she suffer with scrupulosity? Oh no. So do we all help them with like their own like crisis of faith, like she's like one of those who is like too hard on herself and it's like I can never receive, like I'm never gonna be worthy type thing, instead of like kind of accepting where you are. Plus, if I recall correctly, she was in line for confession just this Sunday. Yeah, okay, so she's like super okay. She's suffering from scrupulosity. Okay, I understand. Also, do any of you have like questions of what scrupulosity is? That like answer your questions? If you're not like familiar with that vocab word, I don't know. Did something happen between now and then? Regardless, it's not my place to judge. I'll just send a little prayer her way in case she's struggling with something. Unsurprisingly, Sarah, Ren, Clover, and Arya don't partake either. Wait. Why not Clover? Is Clover doing solidarity, or did she do something bad? I recall having learned something about this in my religious instruction class. The Eucharist is reserved for those who have discerned the Spirit and believe in the real presence of Jesus in what was once mere bread and wine. I wondered to myself what those things actually mean. Real presence and discerning the Spirit. I think it has something to do with confession and being right with God. Yeah, it's about relationship. It deserves looking into. Maybe I should ask Father Johnson. Regardless, even if they can't receive communion with us, those who are from our faith traditions are still our brothers and sisters in Christ. I take a moment to pray that one day we can all be united as one again, and that we can once again worship at the same table under the same roof, as we are all called to be. The scrupulosity definitely takes up a good part of it, but I don't know to what extent. Huh. After Mass, Sarah read that I wait for Clover and Ava before go to class together. After Mass, Sarah and I before go to... Okay. Can we, like, write this one? Is this one a typo, or can I not read? Because I figure we should also, like, look out for typos and stuff, because it's a demo. Okay, it is a typo. Can someone, like, make a note? And what's our timestamp here? Maybe we can send it to them. Let them know. I think this is a typo. And if you guys see any typos that I missed, let me know, because I think the more that we find, it's probably it's gonna be easier for the devs. Or go to class together. Yeah, okay. Nothing of interest happens in the boarding classes until I hear the noise behind me from Sarah. Hey, Gabe! I try my best to be settled despite her persistence. Turn my ear and look with one of my eyes towards her to let her know she has my attention. Don't want her to get in trouble again like the other day after all. Okay, an hour and 40-ish seconds. Okay. Thank you. Can, where can I... Can you put that in, like, the Discord or something? Otherwise I'm gonna forget. I mean, it's gonna drive me cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. I could have sworn it said somewhere in her part of the library, Clover said she was kind of unsure of the whole God thing. Though I'm paraphrasing. Okay. I think it just hasn't, like, come up naturally in dialogue yet, maybe. Or I just forgot. So me and some of the others were thinking of going to the arcade tomorrow afternoon. Are you up for it? Arcade, huh? I think that'd be pretty fun, actually. It would give me a chance to see some of the town while I'm out to boot. I gave her a quick thumbs up to let her know my answer. I can feel her smile beaming behind me. Didn't really expect to be doing much the first weekend at a new school, but my destiny seems to lead down a more social path. Wonder who else might be coming. I'll have to ask her after class so I don't get aggro from the teacher. Fortunately, as soon as class ends, Sarah gets a head start at the door before I can ask who else will be coming. Oh well. Lunchtime's now, however I don't feel particularly hungry today for some reason. Maybe I'm just excited for tomorrow already. For now, I just decide to wander through the hallways, thinking to myself. I wonder if I should get more reading done or something. I'm walking through the hallways, thinking about what I should do. I come across a less occupied hallway that appears somewhat out of my way from the rest of the school. Curious, I venture down the corridor as the chatter of the other students going to lunch slowly dissipates. I round the corner into another wing that appears less used than the rest of the school. This is where I went for music class yesterday. Is it going to be Aria? Yeah, it's going to be Aria. As I go deeper into the hallway, I hear the muffled shredding of an electric guitar coming from somewhere within. I notice the light on in one of the rooms, which is hard to notice at first due to the light from outside still beaming in from the windows. I approach the door curiously and lean into view of the door's window to peek in. There I see Aria, jabbing away with a cool and shiny black electric guitar with a white spider lily design on the head. It's connected up to a mid-sized amp with a red rose design on the top left corner. Seems she's a fan of floral rock and roll. Seems like she's a fan of floral rock and roll iconography. I watch for a moment, not thinking about how it would appear if she caught me staring in from outside. She continues to keep her eyes closed. I assume to feel the final vibrations of the song she's playing. My self-awareness returns as I notice what I'm doing.
Hello, is this thing on?
Hello, Mally. How are you doing? How are you doing today, Mally? Decide to turn around, back off, and go about my business. Just as I do, I accidentally bump the door with my backpack, and it hangs on one of my zippers, causing all of my books to fall out. Because he's a freaking anime protagonist, so of course it happens that way. Because he's an anime protagonist. Alright. Whoops. Kneeling down in shame, I collect my belongings, taking my time, as I know she's probably approaching the door now. Fail boy Gabe moment every single time. I half expected her to open the door in the middle of me picking up my mess. When I stand back up, her face is right at the window of the door, looking right down at me.
Hey.
She opens the door for me as I ready my apology for intruding. Come in.
Sorry about that. I didn't mean to.
Don't worry about it. Just come in before you attract any more attention. I hurry inside at her request. Arya shuts the door behind me, leaving me in the awkward position of being caught after listening in.
I was just walking by when I heard your guitar playing.
No kidding. I also know that this wing of the school is empty at this time of day, and you'd have to be walking out of your way to get here too. Want to explain that?
I was bored and looking for something to do.
So you make a habit of wandering down empty school corridors?
Would you believe me if I said yes?
I pray my attempt at humor lightens the mood a bit. Not really, though. Darn, I didn't think it would work. I'm just not used to having company in here while I play.
Sorry for intruding, then.
This is where I used to play with my bandmates before they graduated. It's been a bit different without them here, but I'm getting used to it.
Guess you can't meet up with them as often anymore, huh?
No, they all had to get jobs, though we still meet on occasion. We have to keep the band together, you know? Especially if we want to... Never mind. What was that? Guess they have some kind of goal in mind, but since she doesn't seem to want to share, I won't press her.
What genre do you guys play again?
Alt-rock, punk, metal, industrial, basically anything with a darker vibe. Because goth. Truth or looks then. Not to criticize too harshly, but I could have guessed most of that for appearance alone. Oh gosh. Not that I mind, I have nothing against that the look or the genres.
Anything you're willing to play in front of me?
What, your free concert wasn't enough?
Humor me with an encore?
Arya puts a slight smirk on her face, apparently amused at our discourse. Okay, this is a good track. She readies herself again and begins strumming her guitar as before. The melody seems improvised and not too familiar, but it definitely has the feel of someone who knows her stuff. Not that I'm any kind of expert to judge. I sit and listen for a while, mesmerized by the sound of her guitar. I've never been that deep into music, but hearing someone play live awakens some kind of spark within me. It almost makes me want to pick up an instrument. Almost. I sit here and enjoy the music until its completion. As she finishes, like she did before, she lets the sound reverberate through the room while we soak in the last note.
Bravo! I'm impressed.
Wild how uncharismatic nasally people are. Hey! I'm like naturally nasally too. Not just when I like plug my nose. I think my normal voice is decently nasally.
You must have practiced a long time to get this good.
Thanks, it wasn't easy, but it's been a great way to escape anything that's been going on in my life. So I just kind of attached myself to it.
I never had the opportunity to play anything myself, so seeing someone so skilled up close is something else. Well, I take that back. I was forced to play a recorder in elementary school one time, but that didn't last very long as my parents could only stand hot cross buns so many times in a row.
Feel kind of self-conscious for taking up too much of her practice time, so I decided to give her space back.
I don't want to keep you from your practicing, so I'll get out of your hair.
Arya doesn't respond verbally to this, but she does give me a little smirk.
I'd like to get a list of those recommendations you mentioned earlier, if you don't mind. Want to trade cell numbers?
Oh boy, Gabe, you're going full. Oh boy, Gabe.
Machine, I will cut you down, break you apart, splay the gore of your profane form across the stars. I will grind you down until the very sparks cry for mercy. My hands shall relish ending you, here and now.
I'm assuming this is a quote for something like Warhammer because Mally, but I'm not sure what. You're pretty smooth for an underclassman, I'll give you that. She holds her phone out with her contact information, and I enter it into my phone. I'll send you a few to get started with later tonight when I get back to my room.
I'll wait in eager anticipation.
I bet you will. After she gives me a final smirk, I head out the door and back into the hallway. Almost as soon as I shut the door, I can hear her start to play again. It's no wonder she's so good. I think about inviting her to the arcade get-together tomorrow, but I've decided against it. Don't know who all is coming or invited to begin with. Heading back to the cafeteria, I find myself already regretting my decision to skip a meal. By the time I get to gym class later that day, I come to fully regret skipping lunch. The coach starts today's class with some warm-ups and has us run a mile on the track before letting us choose what to do for the rest of the period. Ugh. After all that movement and so little fuel, I decided to join the girls in the bleachers today, specifically Clover, Ava, and Arya. Being careful to avoid Ren, and especially Sarah's gaze, I know she would pull me into the group in a heartbeat. I head over to the empty space around Arya, Clover, and Ava. I approach the girls with a quick greeting. Yo. Clover is the most obviously social of the group, so it's no surprise that she greets me first. The others hardly look up from what they are doing, except Ava, who briefly looks over her book in my direction.
Mind if I sit here?
I was just telling Ava about all the exciting new things that FFKO is doing in the newest update. Is it still... Did we decide... Is this the one that's the Final Fantasy equivalent, or is this a different one?
FFKO?
Final 14 Nights Online. Okay, it is Final Fantasy 14. Got it.
My dad grounded me, Machine, and he won't read me Bible stories tonight.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah, it's been a while since I've done any good long-term gaming lately. I've been meaning to try out the Shady Souls series.
Of course you would, Gabe. Sure, Gabe. Of course you're a Dark Souls guy, Gabe. Don't let the memes fool you. It may be hard at first, but once you get used to the controls, it's a matter of perseverance and skill. You'll still be looking at the Mortis screen a lot, but have enough faith in yourself, you'll get through it. Honestly, that kind of reminds me of like two different things, because the only one that I know that has Mortis, because I think, doesn't like Dark Souls just have death or dead? But Mortis, isn't that what they use in the Faith series? Like every time that you die in the Faith Unholy Trilogy? Unholy Trilogy? No, Trinity? I can't talk.
I'll keep that in mind.
Yeah, gaming is practically my religion. I don't think there's a single series I haven't at least dipped my toes into at some point. Don't doubt that at all. Be a safe bet to assume that Clover could talk about games for hours if I let her.
Speaking of religion, I know this is a Catholic school and all, but that doesn't mean everyone here is Catholic. Are you Catholic like the school implies, or do your views differ any?
Clover seems to give the question a bit of thought, pauses for a bit, putting a finger just under her mouth while she does so, then just shrugs.
Dan2348 asked me, how has VV Streams been? I have not been to one since April.
Wait.
Oh, you know, just the usual chaos that comes with dating. Sim games featuring monster girls. Because who wouldn't want to combine wholesome romance with bizarre creatures, right? Very normal.
Huh.
You've missed a lot of wild antics and probably some questionable choices, but hey, you can always catch up. And remember, we have the meats.
Wasn't that the question from Friday? I'm confused on how that's even... Huh. That's weird. I don't know why it's playing that again. Gabe needs to get good, but also touch some grass for real. Maybe some Dark Souls will cure his sinuses and his fail boy tendencies. Here's where I'm not like Clover. I'm not a good gamer. I don't have her god gamer qualities. I don't know. I don't really think about it too much. There may be something up there, but I don't see the point of making a big fuss about it. Clover, that is cringe. Clover, you're cringe now. Don't. Clover! No, don't go down the tier list. Clover's answer is a bit surprising, to say the least. An atheist and an agnostic going to a Catholic school. Guess it shouldn't surprise me too much. Ava's probably Catholic since I saw her in line for the confessional, but I still want to hear her thoughts on the matter. In fact, I want to hear what Arya says about the topic too, but maybe I shouldn't. It's a sensitive topic after all. Speaking of Arya, even though I already know her musical taste, that could be a safer topic to include more people in, since just about everyone listens to music. TV shows are another safe topic that I'm sure could give me some insight into everyone. Just about everyone has a show or two that they've been streaming, whether it's the popular stuff or something older and niche. I'm going to redirect the conversation. Now would be a good time as any. We're going to do all three because I'm curious. Okay? And then I'll choose what the canon one is afterwards. How about that? Right, typically two topics. Topics people tell you to avoid polite conversation: religion and politics. However, I find that it's hard to get to know someone more deeply without delving into both. My goal is going to be to make close friends. I've got to go all in or risk having shallow relationships forever. Okay, I might be exaggerating that a little, but I'm still curious about each of their takes considering how different Arya's is already. Not everyone in the world is on the same page about everything, especially with as many things as we're distracted by nowadays. Besides, it's not like I'm as deeply into my faith as I should probably be. I already asked Clover about her beliefs, and Arya was pretty clear about hers, so I should try Ava next.
Hey, Ava!
Ava startles just slightly after being called out. She hesitates for a moment, then answers. Oh, sorry. I was focused on my book. Did you need something?
I was just curious for the other day. I assume you're Catholic, right?
Oh yes, I'm a cradle Catholic. I was born and raised believing and never really had any reason to question it, though I am gracious for it, especially the sacraments. It makes sense considering she was in the chapel the other night waiting for confession, and she came to Mass this morning too. I have no doubt that not only is she Catholic, she's devoutly so. Besides all that, I've read a lot of books on Christian and Catholic apologetics, and they seem to make sense enough to me. Okay, So if I got this straight, an atheist daywalker, an agnostic slime girl, and a devoutly Catholic succubus. Interesting. Wait. Did I miss something? Was it ever clear that Arya's an atheist? Well, I guess that was somewhat implied by the priest earlier? I don't know. I don't know, I need water again. My dude, I have a cat on me. Can you get me water? Thank you. Thank you. It's not a VV stream if I don't ask my dude to do something for me, I guess. Well, someone said Kino. Oh, wait, no. They are Kino. And they put an emoji. Oh. YouTube chat is sometimes hard to see because it seems like there's like a delay or something. Oh. Okay. Waiting for the end of the ad break. This was somewhat implied for Arya, and yeah. So it's like 2 of the cast agnostic? I wonder where this is gonna go. Eva secretly doesn't read any romance, just books about different kinds of peppers. There's price. Oh gosh. Okay, so if I've got this straight, an atheist daywalker, an agnostic slime girl, and a devoutly Catholic succubus. On top of this morning, I learned that Sarah is a non-Catholic Christian, and Ren is somewhat of a spiritual vagabond. Oh, so Ren's a hippie. The school truly is a melting pot of people and faiths. So what about you? Are you a believer, or do you really care?
I'm Catholic like Ava, though I haven't really been as deeply into it as I should. Still open to learning more about the deeper meaning, so I can feel a greater sense of purpose. I recognize that there's a lot of wisdom to be had from even just the Bible alone. Not to mention the inner peace of having a solid guide of how to live your life, and knowing that there's always a place to call home.
Ava seems to be absorbing what I'm saying, because she has a slight grin while listening. Maybe she likes that I can relate to her on some level. Arya, on the other hand, seems to ignore the question and answer, completely absorbed in her music. That's okay. I knew there might be a risk of bringing this topic. Might have been worse if I tried to evangelize to her while she's not open to listening. So at least I didn't go there. Yeah, that's based. Wow, deep stuff. You seem really involved in it. I'll just stick to my games though, hey? I'm not really looking for all that spiritual stuff right now. Just that, I hear Sarah crossed. Okay, we're going back. We're going back, because I want to see what all the conversations do. Because okay. Because I cannot make a decision. Woo! Let's try music. Glance over at Arya, curious as to what she's listening to. She's always focused on her phone or music, so I figured that's a safe way to reel her into a conversation.
So what kind of music are you guys into?
Not the most inspiring segue into a new conversation. Response equally as creative would be, I'll listen to anything. Hopefully I get better answers than that. Not that it'll surprise you that much, but video games, OSTs, J-pop, J-rock, and certain variations of trance, depending on the mood. Okay, I'm mostly on your team there, Clover. Maybe a bit more surprising, a bit of dad rock too. Okay, that's based.
Dad rock? Like 80s and 90s stuff?
Yeah, anything your dad might have listened to growing up. Okay, that's more based. No, but you're going up the base. You're climbing up base. I don't know. It just has some kind of weird nostalgic vibe, even though I'm clearly not from that era.
It was a different time for sure.
Thank you, Gabe.
How about you, Ava? Do you usually listen to anything while reading?
Classical music is pretty good for reading. Sometimes I'll just put on some kind of white noise, like rain or static, to block out the rest of the world if I really want to concentrate. Not that you need any help with that. You're pretty good at reading, though. Oh, you're pretty good at reading through just about all my gamer rants. Yeah, at least you're self-aware. Can't imagine most readers would have the same kind of patience Ava does with Clover. Wonder if it's true that girls are just better at multitasking. No. Maybe other girls. I think we've established that I'm an idiot. Well, you also got me into those rhythm games, Clover, so I guess those songs count too.
Hans, get the holy hand grenade.
in this game like rhythm games. Don't make me feel alone. Anyways, besides that, I like a lot of the hymns you hear during Mass. Based. There are a lot of good Christian bands that add their own twist to them, too. I'm not sure if that's based or not. I never considered listening to religious music on its own, but I guess that is something really devout people would do. Might have been more controversial if you said something like Christian rock, however. Christian rock sucks, yeah, mostly.
Oh yeah, I know some of the genres you play and listen to, but do you have a favorite band or two?
I half didn't expect her to be listening, but to my surprise, she speaks up. Not really. Of course I have a handful of favorites, but I really like discovering new and obscure things. Because of course you do. Often I'll open up a streaming site, go to indie labels, and sort by the lowest listen count. My gosh, of course you do! All the random new stuff ends up inspiring a lot of my sound.
So that's where you get your musical muse from?
Basically. Just whatever kinds of songs or lyrics that trigger something I want to try. Chords, progressions, etc.
Do you have anything online, like a portfolio site or something?
This reminds me of, like, in high school, the Dude Bros. They tried to be SoundCloud rappers. Keep in mind, it's a Catholic school, so almost all of them are white boys. And one of them made, like, a rap about fishing. And then he recently got married and is, like, having a child. And I really want to have been able to, like, hear... Apparently, like, our teacher listened to it and, like, made fun of how bad it was and said he was going to make a diss track to it. I really wish I heard that song about the fishing trip. That sounded really funny. I tried looking it up and stuff, but I could never find it. Oh well. Not yet, but maybe one day. We'll see.
I'll look forward to it.
Arya grins a little bit out of the corner of her lips, giving a kind of half smile. Guess she doesn't mind the attention after all. I want to hear her play more, but since she's guarded about it, I'll have to try not to push it too much. Just that I hear... Okay, we're going back! We're going back again! Because I'm trying to... all of them. Okay, so my guess... I guess that there's some kind of... I don't know if it's an affinity system, or if it's more just like, this is the best way to get to know that specific person. But I'm assuming religion's for Ava, music's for Arya, so maybe TV shows are more for Clover. What do you have, Clover? Are you based? Do you watch, like, sci-fi shows from the 60s? What do you got for us? Or is it all just, like, anime? Wonder if anyone watches the same kind of stuff I do. There's so much content to consume. I doubt anyone would have time to watch it all, since it all just builds up over time. There's no way that all of it could be consumed by everyone who's interested. I'm willing to bet a lot of content will be lost in time, especially lost popular things, gems or not. Well, it's gonna take a second, isn't it? I think I'm preparing. I'm preparing for the text speech to happen. And then, you know, I should just start talking and then it'll happen. That's the way to go, right? Creators must get to a point in their career where they wonder if what they make will stand the test of time, or if it's just a job to them. I transitioned the conversation over to the new topic.
So what kind of shows do you watch?
Well, I usually have a show up or stream while I'm gaming, unless it's a heavily atmospheric or cutscene heavy game. Same. Except it's YouTube. Except I just do YouTube. Stuff like anime, sci-fi, or just VTubers being silly. No comment. Did you know a lot of Monster Girl VTubers have gotten popular lately? Don't really know much about that scene, but I imagine it's the same as... This is getting meta! I know, right? I don't really know much about that scene, but I imagine it's the same as any other streamer, except they play a character's personality the whole time. I mean, I'm mainly just myself, maybe a little bit more exaggerated. I don't know, I'm mainly just me, though. It's just I have this puppet that I can make do things, like... Wang. Look, I don't have, like fancy people have toggles and stuff. I can just make it go like, Wurr. That's about it. That's all I got. But it's something. I'm my Monty Python speech was the 9, Sage. Oh, wonder why. Interesting. Don't really know much about. Oh wait, I already read that.
Can't say I'm familiar with.
Okay, I'm not gonna laugh. Okay.
Can't say I'm familiar with VTubers, although I've watched a few streamers before.
Guess this is a good time to give Bally a shout out. There you go. There's a better VTuber.
I'd honestly rather play games than watch them being played.
Yeah, I get that. I only really watch for the funny interactions they have together. You're the only. You're a better VTuber than me. It's fine. Sometimes I feel like its own form of drama TV, except more like if anime characters are always doing impromptu acts. This is why I fail at being a VTuber, I guess. You just kind of find a personality or two you like, and you get swept away in the stream. I think I saw one of those streamers once. I think it was a fish girl, and she was talking to her viewers, calling them her prawns or something. Wait, is this a reference? This... Huh. I didn't take you for the type to watch anything like that. But yeah, she's a dolphin girl, and she calls her viewers shrimpletons. Workaholic does not equal better. It's your output quality that makes you better, and you're funnier. I have the woman buff. But yeah, that's a whole different level that I don't think I'm ready for.
So Ava, what kind of things are you watching?
She thinks to herself for a moment, toying with her bookmark. Honestly, not all that much. Sometimes my parents will have something on, and I'll sit next to them while reading, but nothing has ever really captured my attention. I tried watching a show based on a book series I liked. Oh no, that never goes well. But it just doesn't feel like anything like how the book was written. Yee, the woman buff never getting nerfed, yeah.
I assure you, you're not the first person to have an opinion like that.
Oh, dude, shut up, Gabe.
In most cases, it's universally agreed upon to be true.
Yeah, we all know that, Gabe. Don't, shame her. It's funny how almost everyone comes to that same conclusion. Exceptions, of course, but by and large, books and movies are just too different of mediums to be 100% faithful to their reproduction.
Are ya?
Going to have to pass on that one. You got the slow debuff? No, you got the man debuff.
Oh, not much of a TV person? I can respect that.
Gabe is onto nothing yet. Nah, it's probably that she doesn't want you to know all about the witch and the magical girl. Just that a pen hits Clover in the face with a quiet thud as she fingers her sentence. Yes! It was Clover! Ow. Okay, I get it. No mention of your taste. Of course she's a closeted anime nerd. Why, though? In the meantime, Arya looks away and continues listening to her music as if nothing happened. Guess I'll have to get to know her better if I want to find out her tastes outside of music. At least Clover and Ava were a lot more open about it, so it wasn't all for nothing. Just that I hear... Okay. Which one is our canon one? Oh. Which one is our canon one? Are we going with music, TV, or are we gonna go all in, religion? What is our game going to do? Clover comes in clutch. Yes, Clover's great. I feel like Clover's the best at, mainly getting, information about the other girls. She doesn't, get as much, focus herself so far. She's mainly, supporting. What should we do? The TV one was pretty funny. And we have, the talk of VTubing. I don't know how much these decisions, matter, or if it just matters later. Nah, we'll do TV shows. Because we get the funny interaction and the funnies. And it's funny, so I'll take it. We don't get much about Ava from it, but it's fine. We can learn more about her later. Right, we're starting after 1 p.m. tomorrow. Okay. Wait, my time or your time? Oh, Dolphin Girl, talking about stuff, blah blah. I wanna... Please don't join lounge after stream. I plan to, why not? What are you guys doing? Boy. Oh, we're going back. Careful you don't get dry eye from staring too long. Oh, it's staring after 1 p.m. Yeah. Oof.
Oh, not much of a TV person? I can respect that.
We're going over this line again because it's funny. Nah, it's probably that she doesn't want you to know all about the witch and the magical girl. Just then, hits over the face with a quiet thud, interrupting her sentence. Ow. Speaking my time tense. For after all, my life revolves around me. Main character delusion. Okay, what is the translation? Translation. What are you in? Pierce to central. Two. So that's like 3? I think it's 3. Whatever. Okay, I get it. No mention of your tastes. Meantime, Arya looks away and continues to listen to her music as if nothing happened. So I'll have to get to know her better if I want to find out about her taste outside of music. At least Clover and Ava were a lot more open about it, so it wasn't all for nothing. Actually, maybe I should have done the music one, because we actually learned about... Oh, that's fine. Whatever. Oh, we're going back. Just that I hear Sarah call out to us to come and do a free throw contest. This is what I could never do. I could never make a free throw. Ever. Ever. Counter argument. EST is the only time zone that matters because it's mine. No! Central. I mean, it's in the name. It's in the name, man. Ugh. Despite my hunger, I don't really have an excuse not to, so I agree. So, oh, sorry.
I'll be down there in a bit. Well, I guess I shouldn't keep her waiting. It seemed pretty competitive out there.
Deny your truths, making them lies. East Coast, Beast Coast? Or are you supposed to be saying Best Coast? Have fun. Raise my hand the way by. Clover does likewise, while Ava nods towards me before putting her focus back on her book. Huh. I'm trying to think about, of the people that I know, who would you want to voice which person? Oh! I'm calling Clover. I'd want Clover because I feel like my voice could match. Maybe I'm delusional. Who's our like sportiest sounding person? I could see like Blossom, or maybe Squixie voicing Sarah. I don't know. I don't know who I know. No, it's the Coast of the Beasts. Okay. You will not be told off by the side with Florida. Yeah. Head down to the bleachers where Sarah, Red, and Maya are waiting for me. There isn't much time for me to warm up, so my first few shots are a bit sloppy. I think managed to beat Sarah's and Red's score, but Maya takes the cake with a perfect 10 out of 10 shots. Truth is relative savvy. Oh yeah, unironically, I won a V8 competition somehow. You did? I know that you and Sammy were joining. You won? That's great. How'd it go? Well, I guess you won, but like, other than winning. All hail the Southwest! Yeah! Tejas! Okay. Managed to beat Sarah's and Red score. How did Red lose? Well, I guess basketball's not her sport, I guess. Maya takes the cake with the perfect 10 out of 10 shots. My scripts got the dub somehow. Oh. Apparently Sarah and Red had another running bet that I couldn't beat either of them. But since I beat everyone but Maya, I was granted immunity. I'll have to bear in mind how competitive they are when it comes to sports, so I don't keep ending up as a target of their bets. The final bell of the day comes much to my relief. Having skipped out on lunch earlier, I vowed to never do that again, or at least keep another breakfast bar in my backpack for emergencies. After grabbing a quick snack from a nearby vending machine, I head to the library to get some more of my reading done, just for a change of atmosphere. Entering the library once again, and taking the atmosphere again, while the voices in the hallway slowly fade away. Seat myself at one of the tables, away from any other person so I can concentrate on my book. Settle in, letting myself get immersed in the points that the author is trying to get across. I suddenly notice something cold and wet at the back of my neck. It's probably best the turtle's not here, because I don't even want to guess what he'd guess what that was. I look around to see what it could have been. Nobody is quite near enough for it to have been someone around me. I look up as well to make sure that it's not a leaky air conditioner vent. I've seen something like that happen before in buildings with poor maintenance. Whatever. I rub the water off my neck and turn back to my book. After another short while, I feel it again. Is Clover, like, throwing stuff at him or something? What the heck? What the heck, man? As I say this aloud, I stand up and quickly look around. I think I noticed Clover sitting at her usual spot, with her big gaming setup still working its magic. I wasn't even there for the reactions and live announcement of winners. I had no faith. But Mally! Mally, you gotta believe in yourself. I keep my eyes in her direction for a bit longer to see if I can catch her in the act. Gabe wishes he was a little bit taller. He wishes he was a baller. He wishes he had a girl who looked good. She would call her. He wishes he had a rabbit in a hat with a bat and a 6'4" Impala. This is a reference to something that I do not understand. Keep my eyes in her direction for a bit longer to see if I can catch her in the act. Is she throwing her body at him? Does she, like, Wait, she regenerates, right? So if you take off a part of a slime, is it like taking off a fingernail? I can worry about slime biology later. It's fine. Doesn't take long for her to peek back towards me and then jerk her face backwards. I feel like that animation was maybe a little bit quick. Okay. Well, maybe not too quick. It's fine. Suspicious. I decide to sneak around the long way to get in her blind spot, ready to spook her. But as soon as I round the corner... Gotcha! Yeah! Cold water hits my face, the source of which seems to be coming from her fingertips. Her hands are in a finger gun shape, like a thumbs up with her pointer finger still aimed at my face. She chuckles as the water drips from my forehead. It's Skilo's I wish. Oh. Interesting. She chuckles as the water drips from my forehead.
You got me. Neat trick.
I say this half amused, half impressed. It can't be entirely bad. It really is a unique skill. Wait, you were told to leave? What happened? Mally? Do I need to... maybe I need to go and check on you guys to make sure that you're not getting into too much trouble in the lounge. I don't know. Many years of training in the art of finger guns. Based! Guns! Sure, they're finger guns. What is based? I joined and got screamed to leave. What are they doing in there? Mally, tell me what they're doing. I'm concerned.
I've gotta say, it's not really a fair fight. I'm going to have to find some way to get back at you somehow.
What was it that Damien said? Slime people are weak against? Maybe I could use that as ammunition against her. I don't want to let you know that! What are slime girls weak to? They're weak to the cold! Don't you be a jerk! You're playing Doom. Of course you are. She's... Big trouble in Little Lounge, oh boy. I don't want to give him ammunition against Clover, but okay. That's right. Slime people are weak to the cold. I wonder if this will put her in her place.
If you're not careful, I might have to sneak up behind you and pour some ice down your back.
Clover freezes in mock fear, utter defeat on her face. You've been doing your homework, I see. Seems that I have a formidable opponent now. Fine, I swear I won't squirt you with my finger guns again. For a week or so. She mumbles the last part, but I still catch it. I decided to play along anyway.
Alright, I'll have to find something else to use as revenge, like hard candies.
Oh, please do. I prefer sweet candies. Nothing sour, though. It shocks my taste buds too much.
Ah, okay. So I'm not sure where you taste it. If I hit the back of your head, are you just going to absorb it in?
Not until I identify what it is, you know. There are way too many things that get stuck in my body to just absorb anything that gets stuck in me. That's fair, and we're gonna continue. What a strange conversation. I never in my life assumed that I would be talking about how a slime person works to a slime girl, no less.
Well, since I'm technically taking a break now, why don't you show me what you're up to? I didn't really get a good look the other day.
Yeah, sure. So you're familiar with FFKO already, right?
Yeah, Final 14 Nights Online. I've never played it, but it's an online action role-playing game where you fight monsters and interact with a bunch of other players.
Those are the basics of any MMO. But what makes this one different is that your one character can take on any role or class the game offers. It really is just Final Fantasy XIV, isn't it?
Alright, but it sounds like a lot to get into.
Well, it's better than like RTSs in terms of complexity.
Is it gonna take a while to catch up to you?
Yes. Leveling wise. Nah, the game really has a nice pace from beginning to end, introducing you to each system as you go. I still don't know if that kind of commitment is something I'm ready for. Let's see if I can shift topics to other games for now.
Well, I don't know if I'm ready for that. But I have been looking for new single-player games to play lately.
This is kind of me and my dude, because my dude was way more into Final Fantasy XIV than me. Clover the type to sound like Tomoko Kuraki? Is that the girl with the... Is that Jurassic Weebs? People in the Discord, is it the image that Jurassic Weeb uses? And could someone confirm this? 3 years minimum to catch up? Not necessarily. I was grinding for like a few months and I was almost at the level cap. Maybe like 2 months. But let me grab it. You know what? Let me just search the name. I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah, no, it's Jurassic Weeb's profile picture. No, it's not the meta girl. That's Turtle. Turtle is the one who's into that. Jurassic Weeb just uses Tomoko. I don't know what Tomoko sounds like in the dub, so maybe what would I have to do to in my like dream crossover to steal the Clover role? Because I don't know who else I could fit for. Seriously, help me fan cast people. I need your help. I forced you to listen to other Christian streamers. Help me choose who would be in this game. When you look up loser weeb fail girl in the dictionary, her face shows up. Yeah. I mean, if you subtract the weeb part, because my weebness is very minimal. I'm that to a T. Don't believe dub exists. That's fair. Well, it's more just... How would you want, like, an English-sounding voice for that? Also, help me fan cast.
Do you have any recommendations?
For single-player games is what he was asking about.
I see that you have a wide variety here already.
Without missing a beat, even amongst fighting hordes of monsters on screen, Clover responds to me excitedly. Well, it's because MMOs, so you can kind of just press buttons. I don't know, you just do your rotations. You don't need to put like a lot of thought into that. Well, then again, I was a tank, so maybe that's just me. What's your poison? Pick a genre. Any genre. I have more recommendations than you'll have time to play. Though, I'll have to insist, if you want to get back into gaming, wouldn't mind on having an IRL friend to play Final 14 Nights with. Plus, the game is having a promotion for new players soon, so now will be as good a time as any to start.
Okay, I'll consider it. It does look pretty high quality.
Unless it's Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood? Oh yeah! No, we had this conversation with Hasio. Because Hasio's gonna yell at me. I need to watch more Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Hasio's gonna yell at me because we haven't watched more of it because I keep on like trying to figure out what I'm doing. I'm a mess. Mess. Brotherhood dub fine. Yeah. I mean, honestly, the Mob Psycho dub isn't that bad. Like, whoever did Reagan did a pretty dang good job, all things considered. I know that, like, most dubs suck and all that, but I don't think every dub sucks. Still like the sub more? That's fair. I've heard that it's partially because people, like, feel uncomfortable with, like, how animated, like, anime people talk. So whenever they hear it in English, it sounds weird. I mean, there was this girl, me and my dude, in classic me fashion. This time it wasn't my fault. This time it was my dude's fault, okay? So it's not my fault this time. But we were watching Love on the Spectrum. So it was my dude's idea to watch Love on the Spectrum. But there's this one chick in it who sounds like she's always trying to dub an anime. And it's so uncomfortable. She's my least favorite character. Because she keeps on, like... She's really horny. And she keeps on breaking up with dudes for really stupid reasons. So she's my least favorite. But I've been enjoying the show otherwise. Most of the people on it are very sweet. Oh yeah, we were talking about the MMO. Okay, let's continue.
So long as it doesn't get in the way of any of my other school activities.
School activities? What are you, Gabe? Well, I watch her mold down more enemies and explore the world she's in. Think of what types of games I might like recommendations for. Sounds like a real jerk, yeah? What kinds of games would I like recommendations for? We're going to ask all of them, because I'm me. What a nerd, yeah?
I'm in the mood for something fast-paced. Something that will test my reaction time to get my blood pumping.
So not me. This is... Okay, other than maybe the Wolverine game. Otherwise... I see. Something fast and challenging. Well, there's always the Shady Soul series. Okay, just about everyone complains about the difficulty, but once you learn your movesets as well as the enemies, you're golden. Then there's the first-person shooters. I've always been a fan of classics like Mood and Quarterback. Just Doom spelled backwards. That's great. Okay. And Half-Life. Okay, cool. Fighting games can also get your blood pumping if you get competitive with it, but there are casual fighters for newbies too. There really are a lot of genres in the action realm, but those should get you started there.
Thanks, I'll keep them in mind.
Should I ask for any other recommendations? Oh, we can ask all of them! Yay! Doom guy is a great character. Mood you. Nothing to relax.
Sometimes I just want to lay back, relax, and do nothing for hours at a time. Got anything with a nice, chill vibe like that?
Is it gonna be like Stardew Valley? What's gonna be our Stardew Valley Animal Crossing equivalents? It depends if you want casual games or not. The trifecta of Comfy Core is Mineshaft, Terrarium, and Anime Crust. Okay. Terrarium, I guess that's instead of Terraria. Mineshaft? I don't like Minecraft. I know. Unpopular opinion, I don't like Minecraft. Dark Souls good. Bonk with the big stick. Blast with the soul sphere. Yeah. Well, there are a lot of sandboxes like these. They're the ones that became the most popular. Then there's simulation games. Anything from Ram World? Oh, Base! Ram World! Yes! Let's go! The Roller Coaster Capitalist. Instead of Roller Coaster Tycoon, okay. Or anything where you just build things and watch your little peons do work is pretty chill. Rhythm games are not relaxing. Rhythm games are not relaxing, Clover. They are not. Lastly, rhythm games can be relaxing once you get better at them, at least. Sure, they'll pump you up with their music, but once you get into the vibe, your body and mind will just sync with the music.
Sounds pretty comfy. I'll keep that in mind when I'm in that kind of mood.
Should I ask for any other recommendations? Okay, something story.
You know, I've been hearing a lot about cinematic games.
Oh, it's like it's Youper's least favorite kind of game. Okay.
Stuff that just has a deeper emotional plot tied to it.
Hey, are you sure you just don't want to watch a movie or read a book? Based, Clover! Based! Just kidding. There's plenty of stuff like that I'm into. First off, you have those movie-type games you're talking about, which usually have quite a bit of action in them as well. Then you have visual novels. Usually anime art style. Some Western-style visual novels, or VNs, have been doing a good job of keeping up, too. You know, I care. Like... For Silver, starring Chad Narukami. Particularly like... Oh. I particularly like the Stay/Fate Gate series, as well as the Octory Games trilogy. Okay. I'm assuming this is Fate Stay Night. Or maybe also Steins Gate? But no, isn't that just an anime? I know that Fate Stay Night was a series. Octory Games trilogy. What's the equivalent? What is this one? I'm missing this reference. Octory. Huh. Oh well. If you don't mind a bit of slice of life before seriousness, try the Love Dove series. Okay, I still don't know what that is. Or what that's supposed to be.
I imagine the visual novel audience is a bit more hardcore than the anime fandom. Then again, it does have the benefit of basically being a book with visuals and music. Maybe trying one out will brighten my horizon. I can't read. Maybe trying one out will broaden my horizon on both the gaming and anime front.
Should I ask for any other recommendations? Something to just pass the time? These gonna be the equivalent of the gachas?
Anything I might just be able to play here and there? Something not too serious for when I'm bored between classes?
Clover points her finger at her side monitor, the one with all the little games seemingly playing themselves. See all of these gacha games I have open over here? There's no need to really grind to this extent. I just like to make sure I get all the characters every time they're released, but that's not necessary to beat the games. Most people just play the story sections, do their daily quests, and occasionally go hard during the events. Now I don't recommend them for most people, because it's very possible to get addicted. Like me. Gotcha! 10 rolls! Let's go gambling! I miss gotcha. But I had to go cold turkey because of my FGO addiction.
You mean like you?
Guilty. I can make as many excuses as I want. At least I'm not spending money. But all the time I spend could go to better use. I just like all the cute characters. I'm a collectomaniac. I can stop any time, I swear. No, you can't. Trust me, Trust me, Clover, you can't. Okay. Oh, sorry.
Okay. Keep telling yourself that.
That I do. But anyways, pick any one of these and I'll friend you on them so I can boost your teams up.
Alright, I'll give one of them a shot.
Should I ask for any other recommendations? I think those are all of them. That's all for now.
That should be good for now.
Why are there no turn-based RPGs on this list? Gabe, what's wrong with you? We need turn-based RPGs! Gabe!
If I need any more recommendations, I know who to ask.
Take out my phone to make a note of all the games she suggested. It's the only way I'm gonna remember even half of these. So are you going to the arcade with everyone tomorrow after school?
Oh yeah, Sarah told me about that. I wasn't sure who all was going, but I guess it would make sense you would be too.
Does it though? I am an introvert after all.
A self-aware one at that. You're not a complete shut-in after all, are you?
Don't let my sharp wit fool you. After this conversation going right back into the zone. Anyways, Red and Ava are coming along too. Red is a fan of fighting games, so sharpen your skills if you want to play with her.
And Ava?
She's surprisingly good at rhythm games. I wouldn't have believed it if I didn't see it myself, but it's a fact.
What about Arya? I was thinking of asking her to come along, since she doesn't seem to have a lot of people to hang out with.
Arya? Well, Sarah and her don't really get along that much, so I doubt she extended an invitation to her.
Oh, some sort of bad blood between them?
It's a religious difference. Sarah was raised hardcore evangelical Christian, and while she seems fine around people like me who don't care about religion, she has a problem with Arya's dabblings in the occult.
What, like pagan stuff?
It's a bit more of a surprise to me than her just saying that she had issues with religion. I've never really taken any of that stuff seriously, considering the myths and all those silly shows that air about witch covens and whatnot.
Is she into it seriously? Or is it just a fascination with it?
Don't know. Doesn't really concern me all that much since I'm not close enough with Arya or Sarah to get involved. Just saying, if you want to invite Arya, keep that in mind.
Well, I'll have to well, I'll think about it. In the meantime, I won't keep you from what you've been doing here. Besides, I was going to try and finish this book before you sniped me across the library.
Sorry about that.
No worries. I'll see you tomorrow then.
Laters! Clover waves again, still facing her screen like before. I hope she does well on her test tomorrow, despite my assumption that she still hasn't read her book. Then again, if what Sarah said is true, she might have a problem being naturally smart and all. Wonder how she'll make up for the knowledge only found in these books, however. Oh well, not my problem, I guess. Better find someplace out of range of Clover's antics if I want to concentrate this time. I exit the library, with my book still in hand, thinking of where the best place to read could be. Thought crosses my mind. I could check out the martial arts club instead. I already checked out the basketball club with Sarah yesterday. It couldn't hurt to check out my other sports options. Plus, I could use this opportunity to hang out with Red. I'd still have enough time to read tonight and tomorrow regardless. It's not like I won't have the free time. Either way, if I don't check out the remaining sports club now, I'll probably lose interest in it altogether. What should I do this afternoon? Realistically, you should do this, but I figure for story-wise, we should do this. Failboy Gabe doesn't realize bringing along a random person to something they weren't invited to is a bad idea. That's an anime protagonist for you. And he's trying to include her. It's nice, I guess. What kind of pagan is this? Is Arya? Oh well. Okay, I'll check out the martial arts club. It's probably the most unique sport that I'm even remotely interested in. Top of that, I'd like to see how Rem performs against the other participants. I saw her the other day warming up with her clubmates, but never actually got to see her fight. Pretty hyped to see how she performs, honestly. If I decide to join, I hope my body can keep up with my spirit. Okay, buddy. I read that the field and track it. Has anyone said it that way, ever? Instead of track and field, it's the field and track. Anyone else where it's just like, I don't know. Maybe just particular. Arrive at the field and track area, like Red specified earlier. I wonder if they have any gym space, too, or if they just prefer training outdoors. All of the martial arts club members are in a designated tearaway fighting arena, completed with coated foam padding on the ground. Gabe is a big dum-dum who doesn't speak good. Okay. Right now it appears they're in the middle of a sparring match, or sparring practice. Groups of 2 are fighting it out into each section with a few people outside of the rings waiting for their turn. Among the groups of fighters, I see Ren sparring with a tall guy who seems to be holding his own against her. I approach the arena and take a seat in the nearby bleachers to watch. Ren takes a kickboxing stance. Why do you feel like Oppenheimer? What's going on, Ultra? Ren takes a kickboxing stance, one foot in front of the other, which is far back behind her, keeping her balance. Her fists are up in front of her, enabling her to block every blow that comes her way. Out of the blue, she lifts her leg up high above her shoulders and kicks her opponents in the side of the head. Oh my god! What an impressive kick! I wouldn't want to be on the receiving end of that. Her opponent stumbles back, but recovers quickly, comes back to face her. His fists also in front of his face, ready to swing. Told about something that shall not be named. What are you guys up to? He jams forward at her, getting a few good blows into her side before going in for a grapple. Looks like he gains the upper hand until Red gets the better of his balance and flips him over her shoulder, straight onto the ground. For a while, it's Ren's turn to take a break. Not long after, she notices me in the bleachers and calls out to me. Yo! I wave back as she heads towards me, sweat pouring over her face and neck. Oh gosh, what are you guys doing? I'm concerned.
Yo! Working hard, I see.
Every day! So you decide to come after all?
Well, despite the results of the bet, martial arts seems more my style.
Good to hear. And sorry about being a poor sport yesterday. I take things very seriously, though. Anyways, are you here to try out already, or...?
I just came to watch today, just to see what kind of stuff you guys do.
Okay, but don't hesitate too long. I don't want to see you atrophy before you make up your mind.
Ha! I don't think it can take me that long to decide. Besides, I'm already feeling a burn from watching you guys sweat out there.
Sure, Gabe. If you say so. So what do you typically do to keep yourself in shape? You don't appear to be the type that veges out in front of a TV or computer. I find that hard to believe. But you don't seem to have much muscle either. I don't know if I should take that as a compliment or an insult. I think she means well by it, however.
I mean, I have a pretty basic morning workout routine. Push-ups, sit-ups, and squats. Nothing too intense. Although I could improve my diet a bit, I guess.
You can help with that if you truly care to improve yourself. What kinds of things do you typically eat on a day-to-day basis? Well, my diet... Oh boy. Well, my diet isn't anything I'm necessarily proud of, but it's something I could improve on. Spectated. Is there a chips option? Is there a chips and hot dogs option? Does lots of meat count? Is energy drinks gonna be our closest, or breakfast bars? What do you think, chat? What should I do? They mainly exist off of hot dogs and chips. Occasionally fish sticks, or fish nuggies, you know? Chicken tenders, burgers. I mean, it's meat. There's meat in that, right? I don't know what I should count that as. I guess I'll go with definitely not this. I just need to drink a little bit of gamer subs, so not too much. I guess this is snacks versus... We'll just say breakfast bars, because that's what we know about them. So we'll go with breakfast bars.
I start my morning with a breakfast bar, then kind of eat whatever else I can get to the rest of the day.
Ren shakes her head with me, with her eyes closed, and looks back up with a somewhat stirred look on her face. That's not good. You gotta treat your body better than that. Don't lecture me! I know they're usually filling, and even often have protein powder nowadays, but they have so many unhealthy ingredients in them, like hydrogenated oils and preservatives.
Yeah, I know. I just kind of get in a hurry sometimes, you know?
That's no excuse. There's always time for proper health and nutrition, especially if you plan ahead. Why does she remind me of Michelle McDaniel? Why? I'm thinking of Michelle McDaniel talking about meal prepping. I know she's right, so I nod my head in shame.
I'm not against constructive criticism, I suppose. If I do join, I'll probably need a lot of work on my diet and workout routine before I can spar with someone like you.
Ren laughs at this. Does she find it amusing that I think I have a chance, or is she just happy that I'm willing to work on myself? We've all got areas to improve on. Don't take it personally. I just make it my business to help anyone on the team improve. I want what's best for everyone here. That's what teamwork is for. Elevating each other to our highest potential. Gotta say, she's really selling this for me. Camaraderie seems to be lacking among people in general today. A better way to improve it than by lifting up your fellow man, or girl in this case. It's about to be my time to spar again. But do you have any questions for me about the martial arts club before I head back?
Nothing in particular, but if I come up with anything, I'll let you know.
Sounds good. We'll keep up the workouts and maybe push a bit further every day.
I'll keep that in mind.
Ren jogs back to her sparring circle and tags the new person in with her. I watch her a bit, amazed at her form. She never seems to lose a fight. I wonder if there's any real competition for her here, or if she has a rival at another school somewhere. After some time, I make up my mind to head back to the dorms to catch up on my reading assignment. Lost in thought on the way to the dorms, I wander about campus before making it back in one piece. For some reason, my mind wanders to the thoughts of godliness and worthiness. After absorbing the various ways my new friends are connected to God, or aren't connected, I become lost in thought over the subject. I know that God is present to us everywhere spiritually, but there seems to be something that pulls me into the church that's different than everywhere else. I could just stay locked in my room, praying alone, but that just doesn't feel right. There's clearly something special going on within the church walls during Mass. Something holier, something deeper. The exact nature of it eludes me now, but whatever it is, I'm sure I'll figure it out eventually if I keep searching for truth. So as I approach my dorm room. Okay, can someone mark this too? I think this is another typo. Help. I'm stupid. Help me. Help me. Prepare. Okay. We got a timestamp thing. Where are we at? How long have I been streaming? So what does it say on here? What? Frickety frick. Okay, where? No, there we go. Okay. Okay, what does it say? I'm confused. Okay. I'm gonna say like 229. There we go. That seems close enough. Okay, let's continue. As A approached my dorm, I start hearing footsteps coming down the hallway towards me. When I look in the direction of the sound, I notice Damien heading my way. Fancy meeting you here again. You come here often?
Hey, what's up, Damien? Going to another meeting?
Of course. Meetings are the bread and butter of bureaucracy, and that's part of why it sucks so much. But it's fine. I enjoy the work I do for the school. Pretty curious what exactly it is that the student council does around the school. Is it just a student council of one? He seems to do all the work. In my old one, it's basically just a shell of a group that just approved things that were already going to happen anyways from the adults in charge. Yeah, that's normal student councils, at least in the US.
So what is it that you guys actually do? I mean, besides the meetings.
We're in charge of planning various annual school events. But aside from that, we do a lot of public ministry outreach programs designed to help students increase their faith through good works. Oh! So he's not just student council, he's also, he's the equivalent of, at my school we called it the Tim team. And they'd be in charge of, like, kind of leading, like, various ministries. So they'd be in... Okay, then that's a lot more responsibility than just student council. Okay, I understand now. But yeah, they do things like lead music during adoration, organize adoration, set up for mass, all kinds of stuff. It's a bit more involved than I would guess most other student council are, since there are always people in need and things that need doing from a faith perspective.
Man, that really makes me feel like I haven't been doing enough as a Christian, considering all that the school does.
Don't worry, if you feel called to anything, there will be plenty of opportunities to lend a hand. So for some reason, there's a bit of hesitation of action inside. I wonder if it's laziness, sloth, or something else. Huh?
I don't know. I've always felt kind of lukewarm, and although I feel the tongue a bit, something feels like it's stopping me. I don't know what it is.
Don't Don't stress out about it too much. I wasn't always as involved as I am now. Damien has a reassuring look on his face. For some reason, it calms me a bit. Let me tell you a story about what finally got to me. I was a cradle Catholic, similar to your situation. Damien is a Chad, works as hard as my ma. Yeah, Damien's definitely a Chad, from what I've seen. A few years ago, I went through a confirmation class, the one designed to help you learn what to expect and where to go from there. During the first lesson, the instructor took a Bible, threw it on the ground in front of us, and posed the question. What would you do if I told you everything in this book was a lie? Needless to say, all of us were speechless, having led sheltered lives before this, most not once questioning our faith. This was my first introduction to what the church calls apologetics, which is a fancy term for defense of the faith. During this instruction, we were given the tools to both question our faith and how to find the answers to those difficult questions. That's not where my faith journey ended, though. I took this opportunity to seek more wisdom, particularly in the Bible. For the first time outside of church instruction, I read the entire New Testament by myself, something I hadn't really done before. After that, I additionally read a few select books of the Old Testament, particularly focusing on the collection called the Books of Wisdom. I fell in love with my faith, and by proxy, of course, Jesus. Don't know what took me so long to go down that path. I might have blamed a lot of the leadership, or lack thereof, in the church herself. Faith instruction has been sorely lacking for decades, from what I hear, clearly mirrored by the vast numbers of people leaving the faith every day. Not to mention the childhood abuse scandals that peaked in the 1970s. Fortunately, the church at large has taken great steps to protect children through various programs like Protecting God's Children. Okay, that's a real program. I think I had to do that before I was able to help out with VBS. But that's neither here nor there. What matters now is how we plan to move forward to carry out God's will and right the wrongs of the past and present. I decided to go forth and become a better person so I can affect positive change in the world. That's the path I think God wants me to take. Needless to say, I'm a bit speechless. Wouldn't have expected someone like an instructor to go that far to prove a point. Yes, it might take something like that to get someone's attention, but what's important is the takeaway. It's okay to question your faith, and seek out the hard answers to the hard questions. Perhaps I have some more soul-seeking to do. Well, I don't mean to keep you too long.
Don't sweat it. I appreciate you opening up to me like that. It'll give me plenty to think about for sure.
Glad I could be of service. Anyways, not to change the subject or anything, but did you take the time to think about my offer from 2 days ago? Oh yeah, he did say he would put in a good word for me around the school if I had my eye on anyone in class. Since the school's homecoming system gives the girl the advantage of asking someone out, this might be my only chance this year to get a date to the dance. Why not? Certainly couldn't hurt, assuming I trust his intentions. Is there any one girl that I have my eye on more than the rest of them? We're just gonna... Boop! There we go! Aw. I want to know what happens. We're eventually gonna choose someone here, but is this gonna lock us into a path? I'm just curious what... This is like the only unserious answer, so I'm curious about that. Not taking them too seriously, I pretend to pour my heart out to them.
You, Damien. Ever since I laid my eyes on you, I've been able to keep my mind off of you.
Damien stares at me for a moment with a complete serious look in his eyes. Before Damien sees through my jest and chuckles to himself. You got me going there for a minute. Unfortunately for you, I'm already married to my duties, so I consider myself taken. Drat. I was hoping for more friends in high places. On a serious note, who should I ask him about? Do you wanna... Should we end here? Or should we lock in a choice? Because I figure I'm probably gonna end kind of here or around here. Should we lock in a choice? Or not? Oh, and now there's ads. Right. Oh. Oh. Not sure where I should head to next. Because I want to do all of the routes at some point. I think Ava's probably best girl. Probably. But I'd like to see like all the routes, I guess. It's about the end, yeah. maybe... Is this where... Is this where... Oh, wait, no. Oh. Oh, wait, it's the ads are still going. Oh, yeah, give me a minute. Boop, boop. Oh.
Drink water, you dehydrated.
I can't read. Okay, I figured out how to break into someone else's Discord. Okay, finally breaking. Okay. So, do you want to just like end it here, and then on Wednesday we can try to go through the routes? I'm not sure how long these actually are, since I know we're still in the demo. Eventually, I do want to go through all 5 of them, but I'm not sure if we just go chronologically, or if we go based on... To some degree, I could see doing like least favorite to most favorite. I don't know. Oh. Might also help to see who's streaming right now. Mage. Okay. Maybe we should just go ahead and write out. Ben's right after you choose. Okay, so should we end here then? I guess just go through each one. Okay. Let's try each one.
Well, Sarah's pretty cute, and she has a bright and happy personality.
Ah, you're into the bright and bubbly types. Or maybe it's the fact that she's a cheerleader that appeals to you. Regardless, if I know 1 or 2 of the cheerleaders, I could put in a good word for you among them and see where it goes from there.
Thanks. I'm not sure how much influence you can have over them like that.
Oh, ye of little faith. Don't worry, I've got your back. But my word alone won't work if you don't make any efforts yourself. Consider trying out for the basketball team if you want to catch Sarah's attention. Even if you don't make it, I think that would give you the best chance of captivating her interest. Regardless of who you end up pursuing. I do have to add this in case you happen to fall for someone outside of your denomination or religion. Usually, I would advise against it, but so long as you stay firm to your Catholic faith, it should be fine. Just study up on common objections to Christianity in case the subject ever comes up. Maybe invest some more time in Bible reading, too. If you have any specific questions you can't find the answer to, just let me know. Even if I don't get to you immediately, I'll take the time to give you a thorough answer.
Thanks. I'd appreciate that.
Yes, that is something to take into consideration, but it's probably not as big a deal as it's making it out to be, right? No, it is. It's very important to share values. I'm not sure how much I'll regret telling him who I'm crushing on, but what's done is done. At least Father John seems to trust him. He has to be an upstanding citizen to get his notice, or at least a good liar. Despite his outward appearance, he kind of comes across as a charmer and a smooth talker. Alright, well I have a date with the student council to get to, so I'll see you around. Let me know if you ever need anything.
Sure thing. Take care.
See ya. Okay, we're gonna go back. We're gonna go through all of them. I'm gonna save Ava for last. Okay. Seems like this.
Although she seems more interested in her sport, I wonder if Red would have any interest in homecoming.
Maybe in Maxwell, more like Ryan Gosling. Yeah, I saw that that's what you guys call him. See you like a challenge then. She certainly won't be easy to convince. But if I tell the right people about the story of why you came here, she might focus her attention on you a bit more.
As much as I don't care to ever bring that up, it might be crazy enough to work.
I understand not wanting to be prideful about something you'd rather keep private. But from what you told me, it sounded like a righteous act. Besides, I would never think of tarnishing your name. Also, consider joining the martial arts club if you want to get closer to Red. As you already know, she cares about fitness more than anything else. So if you want to grab her attention, you'll have to show personal improvement yourself. Regardless of who you end up pursuing, I have to add... Okay, we're going back. So I wonder if you end up doing apologetics, if you do anyone but Ava. And even then, maybe, like, correct Ava on, like, scrupulosity. Okay, let's go to next.
You know, she's pretty mysterious to me since I've met her, but I feel like I'd like to get Arya a bit more.
Oh, you thought by pursuing girls a grade above you? How brave of you. Golden Cass has said you. Honestly, despite being the only other daywalker in the school, I only know what everyone else knows about her. She usually keeps to herself, often plays guitar after school in the music room, and from what I've heard, she's pretty good. I know she's in a band with some people who have since graduated and that she still jams with them sometimes.
Thanks, I knew some of that, but any little bit helps. Do you know much about her band friends?
Not a lot, just that they apparently used to be really close. I kinda feel bad for her now that they've graduated. Anyways, the last tidbit of info I have is that she's in the book club with Ava and Clover. Oh, if you're looking to get closer to her, I'd start there. Regardless of who you end up pursuing, okay. Okay, come back. Next little Clover.
Clover and I seem to have a lot of hobbies in common. I wonder if I can get her off the computer long enough to go to homecoming.
Oh, the apologetics definitely play a good part in the game? I figured. That's what it looks like. Wonder if I could get her off her computer long enough. Oh wait, I already read that. Oh, so you're more of a gaming and anime nerd then. So as long as you two have common interests, I could see it working out. It doesn't seem to be like she's very interested in school-related events. But unless she's just not interested in any romance ever, she's still a girl. Impress her the right way, and I'm sure the two of you could compromise on how to express your affection toward one another. Pretty decent with the computer, so I think I might know a way to get her attention towards you subtly. At least for the dance.
What, are you going to schedule computer lab maintenance on homecoming week or something?
That sounds a bit too cruel, but anything can happen that week, you know? Oh, and consider taking up reading as a hobby. She's in the reading club of all things, though I suspect that's more Ava's influence than anything. And regardless of who you end up... Okay, we're going back. Yeah, go on back.
If I had to pick one girl, it would be Ava. She always has her nose in a book, and her shy nature makes me want to get to know her more.
The section doesn't actually exist in the full game, apparently. Oh. Interesting. Is it just, like, kind of tips for when the actual game comes out?
We also have similar religious upbringing.
There's our man! There's our boy!
Huh? Why? Why has you...
We have similar religious upbringing, so I feel we already have something in common.
Ah, so you're into the shy book nerd type. I can't fault you for having that kind of taste. And you're right that she's deep into her books, but her soul belongs to God and his church. If someone doesn't swoop her off her feet in high school, she might just be just as happy being a religious sister. But don't assume that she's always just a sweet, quiet princess. She's also quite opinionated on subjects she cares about. She has quite a lot to say when bickering with Clover, for instance. Kara equals the lads and lasses when Damien? Oh yeah, okay.
I know what you mean. When we were talking about books, I thought she was going to recommend the whole library to me.
Ha, I get what you mean. Anyways, there's not a lot I can do to improve your image of being more religious than you actually may be. So you're gonna have to put in some work.
Yeah, if you spread rumors about me, I'd rather be more true than not. Thank you.
Yeah, she'd better see you more often at confession and in the communion line, Brother Gabe. Oh, and consider taking up reading as a hobby. You've got a lot to catch up on, and regardless of who you end up pursuing, I do have to... Okay, but... Yeah, apologetics. Okay. Damon starts back down the hallway again, throwing his half-hearted wave over his shoulder behind him. Resist the urge to way back this time, recalling the absurdity of doing so last time. Back in my dorm room, I lug my backpack lazily on the floor next to my bed before retrieving my book. I fall back onto my bed and lay back, reflecting on the day's events once again. Conversation with Damien provided an interesting topic of consideration. What am I missing in my life that's keeping me from becoming spiritually fulfilled? Having grown up in a similar circumstance. or having grown up in similar circumstances, sans being a monster person, I don't think I had much reason to go deeper into my faith than weekly church attendance. Maybe if I had someone that would have encouraged me to seek a deeper meaning, and I mean in a really meaningful way, I would have turned out a bit more like Damien. There's no use in that kind of thinking, however. All that matters is what I decide to do from here. Well, at least for now, I should focus on my studies and getting closer to my friends. I had a lot of fun today, but the girls in gym class today, even if it was just talking. Running into Arya and hearing her play was pretty inspiring too. Maybe if I practiced in choir, I could have the potential to be a rock star like her. Yeah, right. Like, that could ever happen. It's fun to imagine, but Arya and her band likely have years of talent and experience over me. If I end up with no other talents, I could always just look forward to gaming with Clover. Hey! Gaming is... What? Why are you making Clover sound up like a backup plan? That's not nice. What the hell, Gabe? She did invite me to play her MMO after all, and the subscription looked pretty affordable on my budget if I don't spend much else. So long as I keep up with my studies, it shouldn't be that big of a deal. Then again, maybe I have what it takes to join the martial arts club. If Fred has anything to say about it, it'll likely be a full-time commitment. Am I ready for that level of intensity? Regardless of what I choose, I feel like I'll be having a busy school life this year. My phone buzzes on the bedside table. I pick it up to see a message from Arya with a full list of indie rock band recommendations. Hey, here's some bands to get you started. Huh? Oh. The Strikes, Type AB Plasma, the Beds, the Ravens, Midas Cease Valentino, Video. Oh, wait a minute. These are also references. Is this the Stripe? There's something. The Meds. Huh. The Raymonds is probably the Ramones. I like the Ramones. Radiohead, maybe? My Deceased Valentino. It's not My Chemical Romance, is it? I'll figure out what the references are later, maybe. Oh, okay. Japanese martial arts generation, fairies, Nirvana, Chopped Mammoth, Evanescence. Okay, Evanescence. Martial arts generation. I don't know what the equivalent of this one is. What's the fairies equivalent? I think there's a group called like the Pixies or something, right? Okay, I know what Nirvana is. Chopped Mammoth. Oh. This is not enough for you, just let me know. Thanks, this is plenty.
Thanks, this is plenty. Let's start up a playlist and listen to some of them tonight.
Is that a wink, or is, like, she's staring at him? My first instinct is to compose a text to tell her thanks, but I stopped, recalling my earlier intention to invite her to the arcade tomorrow with everyone else. Nirvana is just if Kurt Cobain watched Evangelion. Arya seems to be a loner at the school, from what I've observed. It might be nice to get her involved in a new friend group. Most of her friends did graduate recently, after all. However, Clover did tell me that Arya and Sarah have some bad blood with one another, so it might not be the best idea to bring her along. Tough choice. What should I do about the situation? We'll figure it out. I'm gonna let's invite her because I understand not having friends, so I'm gonna go with Arya. Yeah, I think I'll side with Arya on this one. Regardless of what she's into, she's still a cool person. It doesn't matter that she's a grade above us. She seems lonely without her band members here.
Oh, by the way, Sarah, Ren, Ava, Clover, and I were going to go to the arcade on Friday. Would that be something you're interested in? No obligation, of course.
Nah, I'm good. Okay, I figured. Besides, if Sarah's going to be there, I don't want any unnecessary drama. Okay, at least you were nice.
Okay, fair point. Maybe another time.
Okay. So we had Gabe do the right thing, and I kind of figured that she'd say no if she would be uncomfortable anyway, so it's fine. Oh well, I figured it could have gone down like this. It's not the worst case scenario, though, and I don't regret asking. Well, what's done is done. I lay back in my bed to listen to a few of the songs the band she sent me. close my eyes, and began reflecting on what the future holds for me at the school. Every one of my friends seems to be quite unique in their own regard. I don't just mean the fact that they come from a diverse range of monster people. Each of us has a unique personality, background, and circumstance. The one thing that unites us is the fact that we are all created in the image and likeness of God. Regardless of who we are, what we believe, or where we come from, we are all united by that fact. I pray that we can all have very fruitful friendships that bring us closer to each other, a more perfect world, and to God Himself. To all of you reading Wholesome Monster Girl Academia, I hope and pray that you also get something out of it as well. Peace be with you all, my brothers and sisters in Christ. Well, he got through. I think we're done. Oh, no, we're not. Well, how did you enjoy the demo of Wholesome Girl Academia? If you want to see what route you'd most likely go down, wait until the end of this little outro. If you want to follow for updates, check us out on Twitter or the developer. I put the link to the Steam wishlist thing, or to the Steam page in the YouTube description, so hopefully that helps. There's a lot of stuff for a demo, yeah. Credits. Director, writer, programming. Yamek, aka True Yamek. Character art. Suleiman H. Quran. Additional character art. Mauricio Emmanuel Salvadera, aka Zarko Tau Omega. CG art. Joshua music. BGC, aka Chill Miki, aka Miki, Ryuka, background artist. Okay, sound effects, public domain sources, artist, and plot design, and you as Gabe. Thanks again for playing and come back soon. By the way, during this playthrough, I asked each of the girls their opinion about taking you to homecoming, and this was what they had to say. Gabe, he's a pretty great guy. He's very helpful and enthusiastic about his hobbies. So I've been considering asking him to homecoming. Just don't tell him yet. He doesn't really stand out much. Maybe if you put some more into self-improvement, he could shine more brightly for me to notice him. He could use a new rival. Oh yeah, he seems pretty cool. I'm not one for dance stuff, but I wouldn't mind showing up in cosplay for that kind of thing with him. Oh, Halloween costume? Well, close enough. Okay, Clover's base. Maybe I'll go to homecoming with somebody one day, but nobody in particular has caught my interest. Besides, it's not like I like anyone anyways. Okay, but so she might like us actually. Okay. Not really sure who you're talking about. Oh, that new guy? I don't have anything against him, but dances aren't really my thing. If you were hoping for a different result, experiment around with the different choices. Anyways, see you around next time. Don't forget to follow me for future updates if you enjoyed the demo. One last time, if you enjoyed the demo, consider wishlisting the game on Steam so you don't forget about us during development. And the peace of Christ be with you all. So I'm not super sure if she liked us, or if we needed to, say the religion one, and she'd like us more. Sarah likes us, it seems like Clover likes us. Maybe the music one would be better for her. Always need more Bill. We could always use more Bill. Now I'm really hyped for this game. Well, I'll definitely be keeping an eye on it. I'll be back whenever it's officially out. Damn ripped by all the girls except Harpy Girl? No, it seemed like all of them liked us except for the Dragon Girl. Ren's the only one who didn't like us. It seemed... because she was blushing, so I think that she liked us. Clover definitely liked us. Harpy Girl liked us. And then she didn't like dances. But she seemed to mostly like us, but she'd like us more probably if we did more stuff. I think these both neutrally like us. She definitely likes us. She seems to like us. She's just meh. She doesn't care. But most of the other ones like us, based on our choices. I think if it's I like nutritionally whatever, I think she'd probably like that. But yeah. But yeah. I mean, there's a pumped up kick sending if you get the worst thing. No. I think we're keeping to the wholesome part. feel like Ava blushes. I think it means you did it, but I can't remember. I figure because she blushed. If anything, maybe like asking the religion question might help more, but otherwise, I think we got everybody except for Ren to some degree. I think Arya might be like the hardest or something. It's just I don't care about Ren as much because I don't really like the tomboy archetype as much. Seems like Sarah just kind of likes everyone. I don't know. But, well, I guess that's it. I don't know how long we're gonna have to wait until the actual game comes out, but I'm gonna be keeping an eye on the Discord and on their Twitter. I recommend you guys do the same if you also found this interesting, which I hope you did, because I thought it was cool. No Rat Girls out of 10? I've heard rumors, if I remember correctly, in the Discord. If it's successful enough for a 2, I think he said that there might be Mouse Girls and Cat Girls. So, if you want a Rat Girl, eventually we can bug him by giving him money. And maybe we could give Yamik money, and then we can get a rat. How does that sound? Okay, let me get my stuff taken off. Okay, raid browser. Already a cat girl in the game. Yeah, no, I think he was talking about like putting in like a route, I think, for a cat girl. I know that mine is there. It's Maya, right? Who's the Irish one? Oh, is the first bully guy again? Yeah, Dave is like the main guy, and then Bill, I think, is the linebacker guy. Oh. Who do we read? Worst best ending is joining Wizards? Huh? Okay. So, who do you want to raid? We've got Leaflet. We got Traveler Arya, who we've raided before, who is, you might remember her as the girl who's actually good at Sonic. There's Calmage, she's playing Lies of P. There's Javier, I don't know if I'm saying that right. Who's doing Resident Evil Village. We got Empress Chronicle doing Legends of Heroes, and we got Rico doing a Bible study. Where would you like to go? Chat, please help me. I cannot make decisions. I beg you, help me. Yeah, whoever's lowest followers. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Or Bible study, cool. Mm-hmm. You could also go to higher followers so that more of them learn about the game, which I think would be good too. So I could see either way. I don't know. I don't trust my own decisions most of the time. Turtle, please just be serious for like 5 seconds, please. I beg you. We're not going to the terrorist guy. We're not doing that. Screw it. And you gotta do the exact opposite of what you said, Turtle, because you're not being unserious, and I want to promote the game to some degree, so maybe if they... We'll see. But yeah. Thank you for everyone who is putting me up with me, as usual. I know I'm not exactly cool or anything, so I appreciate you guys hanging out with me today. But yeah. Again, check out the game. I think it's cool. I like I'd like it to get more traction so that we can see more. So, I'll see you guys another time, I guess. I'm gonna press the button now.
Metal. That's it. It's 1980s power metal. Metal. Vera Volta, thank you for the raid. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thanks for sharing your those. Thank you. Welcome. You wait. Wholesome. Wait, hold on. What? Wait. Wholesome Monster Girl Academy. What is that? Wait, what? Hold on, I'm looking this up. What is Wholesome Monster Girl Academy? What is this? What is this, a visual novel with monster girls? What the heck? That's crazy. The lazy, hold on, wait. Sarah the preppy harpy cheerleader. Okay, that fits the racial stereotype. Ren the tomboyish dragon girl. Yes, that fits the racial stereotype. Clover the lazy and nerdy slime girl. Anyway, 1980s power metal. 1980s power metal. Like, actually, I don't have that much experience with this. I don't have much experience with this system. The
it's
the cover system.
Stop it! Change the stream.
Change the racism one.
It's Doom.
Racism one. No.
Oh gosh, is it like hentai Doom or something? What are
Yes.
you doing?
No. We're just slapping our asses at this.
Wait, did it say huge tits?
No.
Nice.
Look, we won't tell you any lies. We just won't show you any further.
Nice.
We would just say it was really funny.
Even
really funny.
Miss Uper was looking at it.
Well, Miss Uper has a freaking mouse pad with titties on it. Okay.
Yeah, no, Mrs. Uper is wild. She's really fun. She has apparently a breeding game. She reads Mpreg novels.
What?
Yeah, apparently she reads Mpreg novels. And Uper told us that she got mad at Uper once because Uper got pregnant in her dreams.
What?
Who's this? Oh,
It's
Turtle.
Alright, you guys.
Tell me I'm wrong, Uper. Tell me I'm wrong.
You're not wrong.
Like this.
Just so you know, we weren't only playing hentai games, we also played racism.
The whole time